Press record. There we go. Welcome to Totally Too.
Where's the enthusiasm, bitch?
Welcome to Totally Oblivious. I'm Caleb Perez, my co-host Alex, and once again we have Colton with us. Colton, how
He
are
didn't
you
leave
today?
my house after yesterday.
Doing good. I'm never leaving this place. I love it too much. So
There you go.
Maybe I
First
should have
review of the podcast. I love it too much.
love it way too much.
Great, that's awesome. Alex, how are you today?
I didn't just spill orange juice on camera.
Alex, you monkey.
I didn't change my shorts from yesterday. No, did I? No, I didn't.
There you go. Alex doesn't do his laundry.
No.
That's attractive.
That is a true statement.
You know, how do you think you're gonna attract that white deer not doing that laundry?
I thought this topic was over from yesterday. I didn't want to make it all about me all over again.
It's fine. It's fine.
What if I get a text message like halfway through this recording? Like, I'm dying. We're recording.
Oh, it's too bad. There's
Fuck.
not enough room on the phone anymore.
Exactly. You're not going to get any message.
Bro, there's like
With the sound guy's not here, we
I don't even know how I'm gonna give it to my brother.
What do you mean?
I don't know how I'm gonna give him the video. It's a problem for later, I guess.
It's like this problem of my mic. Just
You got limp dick syndrome with your mic?
It's got ED with the mic.
Why don't you just hold it like Colton? Colton, look at Colton being a badass. Just holding the fucking mic like a fucking Chad.
That's because Colton
Gets bitches.
Yeah, I get kind women.
You saying his girlfriend is it
My
kind?
girlfriend is a very kind, respectable young lady.
There we go. Also, I wanted to talk about this. Can you what the fuck?
Well, it's canned water. Me and the buddy Merritt Jansen. I know you guys are familiar with. Call them canned brewskis.
Brewskis.
Jesus, bro.
You know, and quite honestly, the water kind
Is
of
it-
tastes like shit, but like it's all I got, so I drank it.
Do you not have plumbing? Not plumbing.
Woman.
What is the word for water in a house?
Running water.
Is it?
Running
Well,
water.
I
yeah,
mean,
guess.
Is is not a specific word for it?
Oh man, we shouldn't have recorded this early. Our brains are not.
I had 5 hours of sleep.
Oh,
I have a Red Bull.
Go get it.
No, I gotta save it for when I'm editing. I just realized that. I was like, about the second one.
Why not
I
too?
was gonna say something insulting, but you know what?
I'm sorry that your dick has limp syndrome and mine doesn't. Mine might be a showy, but at least it's a fucking champ. It's seen its fair share of combat.
That has nothing. That has nothing to do with the situation right now.
Oh, this is recorded now. I can't do that. Fuck.
Yeah, everyone will know of.
Yeah, whoever uses this mic, do not put anything around it.
Why not?
Because I put
Alex
my mouth on it.
deep-throats his mic.
Oh,
Yeah, sometimes when I'm in the middle of a recording for YouTube, I'll be like, fuck, I'm bored. I've heard of weirder, so.
Make sure you guys go subscribe to his YouTube channel, Metas.
Meta.
So, okay, real topic. Today is Easter Sunday. Sunday?
Sunday.
It is Hindi in this
We
bitch.
have broken time barriers because this will release in May. May 10th it should release, and now we have just revealed that this was recorded on Easter Sunday. So
It is
fragments of reality
Jesus,
are breaking.
baby. So you wanted to talk about Doctor Strange. I think we should get that off the bat here.
No, we can get that off later.
Oh.
I have a broader topic.
What's the broader topic today?
Well, you talk about Jesus. You wanted to say something about Jesus.
Did I? I forgot the bit already.
All right, never mind. Let's talk about Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
At the time that this releases, Doctor Strange should already have been out. And we should be,
under the table.
we should be
Touch Colton's
watching.
foot. Okay, go.
We should be watching. We should have watched it by this time
Mm-hmm.
of this recording.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of wanted to do like retrospective because I know we all like the Marvel movies. So just talk about, because this is going to be like the first main one since 2019. So what? That's
They've all been
years?
side stories?
Yeah. I guess if you don't count Spider-Man No Way Home, this is really like the first big one.
That is true, yeah.
Like,
Okay, I know what you're getting at, so I'm just gonna jump right into the topic. I think after Ultron, they all kind of suck.
After Ultron?
After Ultron, but I think Doctor Strange is one of the exceptions. I'm gonna just be fucking real. I haven't watched all of them as of recently because I think I'm missing Black Widow still. My brother just said don't watch it; it's just garbage. But I'm gonna be real. In retrospective, looking back at it, it's just after that I'm just I know as of Ultron, I didn't like Ultron. I think they fucked them up. But I'm like after that, I'm like what are you gonna do about it? I think they're all pretty okay, except for Endgame and them. Those being the exceptions because those are the grand finales of shit.
Civil War?
I thought Civil War was pretty good.
Civil War is I'm gonna be honest. I think all the Captain Americas are bangers.
That is true, but my one problem with Civil War is not a Captain America when it originally came to the comics, but it's not a Captain America thing. It's like it's an Avengers thing, and they just made it about Cap.
So your Twitter mind is telling you should dislike this movie.
No,
mistitled it.
No, not mistitled it. I just don't like how it's just Captain America focused. Kind of. I feel like it should have been more individuals in individual people's perspective in all of them, and just that's how I kind of view it. Not just.
Last time you watched that movie?
Dude, it's been like actually. I recently did watch it with my dad, and I was just kind of sitting there. I go like halfway through it, and I was like, "Huh, it's a weird movie."
I rewatched it, and at first I kind of thought that like the same as you, but after rewatching
the fighting scenes though are fucking awesome.
Man. Iron
the
Man
choreography,
versus Winter Soldier, and Captain America.
That's gas.
That I don't think that's been topped.
Agree. How about you, Colin? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Civil War was a really good movie. I haven't watched it for a long time.
I'm gonna be honest. Okay, hold up. Are the Marvel movies rewatchable though?
Yeah,
I'd say so.
yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest. Me and Caleb rewatched the first Iron Man. Remember that one time we did?
Or it was Iron Man 3.
Yeah, and then we're like, this is just military propaganda, like hardcore.
Well, that's the thing. We rewatched Iron Man 3. That's like one of the worst ones.
You know what? But even then, I started looking back at the first one. I'm like, there's 9/11 all over this baby.
I just don't
American propaganda.
I don't really think the Iron Man movies were that
good.
Great. Like they were good, but
they were good enough.
I don't think they were like the best of the movies. I think they were good to start off like the universe. But
yeah.
Like looking back, they
totally blowed. How did you were a Robert Downey Jr. fan over here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Iron Man movies are all too great either.
Which is a weird character they put in first. You know that originally it was supposed to be like Black Panther. Who was it originally? So their first idea, it wasn't even the Avengers. It was like a whole bunch of like C-list characters they wanted to make. It was like, I think Black Panther, Wasp was in there, Ant-Man. It was like a real fucked up cast. And then like when you look back at it, why them? It was really weird, and they shortcut it. And they're like, nah, let's put the white dude first. Because the one of the like head like producers or whatever was like super racist.
I also feel like with Iron Man, I feel like that's a more easy start. In terms
Man with the robot suit.
I mean, with the special effects at the time, that movie still holds up.
Fucks. It fucks.
Yeah, it's good. And Black Panther movie, very big surprise for me. I went to watch it in theater with my older brother, and I wasn't really looking forward to it, but I mean,
Colton's been a big fan ever since.
Yeah, exactly,
I was there for it.
Exactly. Yeah, we went.
That was a banger.
Yeah, but if my brother was here, I know what he would say. But Alex, what about Killmonger? He's not. You don't like him. I don't like Killmonger. I think have I told you this or no?
No, you haven't.
No.
Oh, not either. Okay, so the reason why I don't like Killmonger is that he is super pro-black, and I'm not trying to make it like racy, you know, but
Alex isn't pro-black.
I am pro-black, but he's Dr. Umar pro-black. It's like you're getting into some sketchy territory there, bud. Or even worse, technically, because he commits terrorist acts and war crimes. But regardless, the reason why I don't like him is he kind of one of my bigger. I don't have this video essay ready in my head, but more or less, I just kind of hate his reasoning. He's all like, "My people," and I stop you there. I was like, "Stop! your people live in a hyper advanced society inside everything, and you just moved to Compton and just saw the bad part of like any human ever. Why are you complaining, you rich pampered fuck? And I just kind of hated that.
Rich.
He
Well, he
grew up.
wasn't, but he was descended. And if he just showed up to Wakanda one day, they would have opened him with open fucking arms like they originally did. And they're just like, oh, okay,
And
cool.
That's when he took over, and that's when he was.
It was
like,
evil. No, but another thing too.
He was upset with Wakanda itself for not helping the other
Other people.
black communities,
And then he was
who
just pissed.
have been suffering all these years.
Which is weird because he goes for America. And I'm like, wait a minute. Do you not know about the Middle East and Brazil?
I think he was planning on going for.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh, really? You do it in America first? You know what, dude? It's I like dabbling in the darker parts of history. Dude, the Middle East is fucked when it came to slavery, like big time. Like it was fucked.
Well, I mean,
and South Africa too.
With your logic, shouldn't they go for Britain first? Because Britain's the.
He did. He was in the British. He was in the British museums looking at the art, and he has the art Twitter thing.
Okay,
like
but I didn't
they
see-
stole the art.
I didn't
We should
see
bring
him
it back.
with Queen Elizabeth's head in his hands.
He should have, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Killmonger took it far enough. I don't.
So you wanted a somebody who is more radical.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. He's kind of a bitch, and now retrospective talking about it.
That's what. You
Yeah,
wanted.
I
You
think
wanted
he
a
should have
real
been like full on, just fucking insane. Just I'll be real, just go balls to the walls, bro. And I think it might have been because he was more militarized in the comic in the movies. Because in the comics, he's not that crazy and really like we gotta free everybody. And I'm gonna be honest. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you to this: was it more like he was only doing it for the black community, or was it all minorities? Because I feel like personally, it was only for the black ones, right? Or am I just misremembering?
I think that's a correct understanding.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. So I was just like, Yeah,
I get it. I still like the Black Panther movie, but I can understand.
Also,
your gripes.
Chadwick Boseman, Godin.
Man.
I loved him.
R.I.P.
Killmonger's my only problem with that movie. Other than that, except for its CGI, they fucking rushed the shit out of it, and I had to point it out to my brother. So during their fight scenes at the very end, if you start looking close enough, it doesn't look finished. I'd love to bring up a video, but my phone is currently being used. So yeah, that's another problem. But other than that, everybody's great in that movie. So I really like it.
Hard agree.
I think what's another one? Spider-Man movies.
The Spider-Man
I like
movies,
them.
I think they're all bangers.
Yeah, I like them all. I like Tom
I think the
Holland.
worst they are is an 8 out of 10.
Agreed. Hard agree. I need water. Oh fuck! Let me put orange juice away. I just left it on the counter.
What a fool.
The worst Spider-Man movie, though, out of the three.
I don't know.
I think the first one. Fuck it. I'm crazy opinion here. I don't like Homecoming.
I like Homecoming. I think it's good.
It's really hard for me.
Actually, no, I take it back. I totally forgot what movie. I don't like the second one. My bad. I take it back.
Yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah, I needed to switch it around in my
I'll
head.
have to agree, but I guess at the same time, that's saying that it's the lowest an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because I really liked Mysterio in that movie. I just thought
Everything else was dumb.
there's just some like slow moments in there that was just kind of like,
Why is Spider-Man not in New York and yet again trying to figure out I'm Peter Parker and Spider-Man? You weirdo.
well, if you rewatch it, it kind of makes a little more sense, but I don't know. I'd say I like the first one more just because Vulture is just
Vulture
absolutely
was a
awesome.
banger of a villain, like out of nowhere.
Like I never would have expected Vulture to be
One of the
that
best MCU
cool.
villains.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think he's one of the best ones.
And of course, Green Goblin. If no one's fucking watched,
Oh my gosh, No Way Home.
No Way Home is a banger.
I think unironically for me, I think it's the best Marvel movie with one
It
of the
might
best
be.
villains.
I feel like that one had the most like heart towards like the fans. Like it had so much fan service in it. That
But it was awesome fan
it's
service.
so good.
Oh yeah, that was a banger.
Anyone who is living in doubt saying that Far From Home is garbage, you need to check your life.
Yeah, please, you need help.
You're just hating things just to hate things at that point.
It's bad. I'm gonna be honest. I think. You know what? I will criticize it one time though. So the villains are kind of a little bit goofier. I think they've been Marvel-fied. Marvel likes to make everything funny.
Well, no.
And
Here's
DC
the
tries to
thing.
copy or
Here's the thing.
DC tries to copy it.
If you watch, I rewatched all the Spider-Mans before that movie came out.
They're all goofy.
They've always been goofy.
Yeah, but it's just. You mean Spider-Man in specifically, or just all of them?
Like all the Raimi villains, they were goofy.
Yeah.
The only ones who weren't that goofy were in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but even then, they were still kind of goofy.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Harry Osborn in those movies, though.
Amazing Spider-Man is an interesting case. Have you ever watched the Amazing Spider-Man movie, Colton?
I have once, and it might be absolutely awful of me, but I mean,
I'm gonna be real. I watched the second one, not the first one.
I mean, I look at Toby. Like, I grew up with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Toby fucks. You know he has kids.
Spider-Man 3, it was a little weird.
Oh yeah, so
Very cringy moments.
Rewatching Spider-Man 3, like, because I watched all the Raimi movies in one day, so I wasn't entirely sure if I was having fatigue from watching so many movies in one day.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just so bored watching Spider-Man 3, which I didn't feel for the first two movies. Like I was like, oh yeah, Doc Ock's really interesting, or I really think the first Raimi Spider-Man movie is the best of the trilogy. Because I just loved freaking Green Goblin in there. Willem,
hold up. I'm gonna take it off B here. Willem Dafoe's just a fucking phenomenal actor. I started watching his movies like before Spider-Man. I'm like, fuck, he fucks. Like
he does.
Willem's goated.
Unironically.
Also, apparently, there was a rumor in Hollywood about a couple years back that apparently he has a schlong on him.
No.
So Willem Dafoe does fuck. So
but
I don't.
Yeah, but Spider-Man 3, yeah, I was just so bored throughout it, and I was willing to give it a 6 out of 10 until freaking Venom came on screen.
Eddie Brock or Venom in specific?
Venom in specific, because I actually think Topher Grace. I don't think he was a bad.
Is that his actor's name? I didn't know his actor's name.
That's the
actor's
actor's
name. Has he started any other movie roles?
He more comedy movies.
So why the fuck was he Venom?
Well, here's the thing. Hold on, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
I think Topher Grace wasn't a bad Eddie Brock, but
I think he was a bad Eddie Brock.
They made him such a horrible Venom. Like that was not Venom at all.
It's like a cheapo version of him, like a Walgreens. Not to diss on Walgreens, but he was a Walgreens.
Have you seen
Venom.
that 70s show?
Venom.
That 70s show? Anybody? I think
but
he plays like a main
is in that
character.
one.
Oh,
in
he
that.
does?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not. Was this the early 2000s? Was it like 2007 for Spider-Man 3 or 2009?
It's 2007.
Okay, so I was like,
Spider-Man 3, Edgy Tobey Maguire. I hate, dude.
It's so cringy.
Oh, it is.
I
do not
unironically like it
at
because
all.
it's so cringy.
It's so bad.
I think people online live in denial.
Yeah, I know
of how
it's bad, but
cringy
it's
that
funny.
moment is.
I like it. It's just
Like, there's an argument online saying that Spider-Man 3 was better than The Dark Knight Rises. And that is not
That's
even
that's
close.
copium. That's
That
copium.
is not even a close argument.
You know-
Dark Knight Rises is the worst of its trilogy, arguably, but it's still a banger.
Like,
I'd give that movie a 9 out of 10.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm be real. The
Actually, I don't think
Batman.
that's the worst. I think Batman Begins is the worst.
The Batman movies had a grip on superhero movies. I'll be real. I think everything. Okay, when did Iron Man come out?
2008.
So when was the first Batman movie?
I think that was also 2008.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the Marvel Universe took a lot of cues from the Batman. I'm gonna be fucking real. The Batman had in retrospective, now seeing it as like a full-grown adult now, though Batman had a grip
I mean,
on society for a bit. I'm not even gonna lie.
rewatching those movies too, like the story they tell is like something that like applies to just like
Life.
all of life.
Deadass.
Because it's just crazy, especially like I remember a lot of people didn't like The Dark Knight Rises, but rewatching it, like the story really like
Is that the one with
hits
Joker?
hard. No, that's with Bane.
Okay, that one's Rises.
Yeah, The Dark Knight's with.
I'm gonna be
Joker.
honest. All three of those movies have weird ass titles, and I always get them mixed up. I'm
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
real.
yeah.
The
They're
Dark
very
Knight is
easy
just the
to.
Joker one.
Is that one?
That
okay.
one slaps. That
That
one
was a 10 out of 10. Heath Ledger
That
is a
one's such a good
iconic Joker.
freaking Harvey Dent.
Harvey was weird.
No,
I think adding Two-Face was just a weird call in that movie, but I still like it.
I don't.
But I was just weird.
It follows a certain comic line
It does.
to like the T.
But I said this in the previous podcast, but I've been rewatching the animated series. I'll be real. The Batman villains in the animated series have like way cooler just interpretations with them because Harvey in that
yeah, they got to keep them going for a lot longer.
But even when within that specific episode where his origins take place, it wasn't Bruce or Batman oriented. It was literally just a Harvey episode, and it was like it fucked. It was like a real because how they laid it out is just like Harvey is Bruce, but not Batman. He's like, I'm going to help the city. I'm going to do this. And then he has a Moon Knight moment where I have a split personality and he just comes out.
He gets in his feelings. It's demons hours, baby.
But how is it Big Harvey or Big Harv? He had a nickname for the other two-side face. And it was a really good, like, I think it was a two-parter. It was really, really good. And I'm going to be honest, I think when it came to the movie's interpretation of Harvey, I'm like, because I did recently rewatch it with my dad again. That was weird. And I'm all like, I don't really know after seeing the animated series version of him.
With like superhero movies and like comic book
they can never do it 100%
like,
justice. Yeah.
Well, no, here's the thing. You gotta, I think people, when they watch those, they have like a preconceived notion on how characters should be.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there's other people who have their own notions on how those characters should be. Yeah. So when they direct, you have to understand it from
opinions.
From the movie's point. You can't I don't think it's fair to compare like
two different versions of the medium.
Different versions of
the character
because they had two different writers trying to tell two different stories.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. Hard agree. It was
two different interpretations.
I'm gonna be honest though. Hold up. I wanted to say something stupid, but I think I'm gonna go with it. Which version of Alfred is the best?
Oh man.
Because I really
the new Batman one was really good, but I feel like
who acts him?
Michael Caine was the best one.
I like Michael Caine's acting. I don't think he's supposed to play a butler role. I think Michael Caine or Caine or whatever has a villain face. I couldn't unsee him.
Think of this: Keanu Reeves stars as Alfred.
No, Keanu Reeves.
Stars, by the way, stars. Alfred film.
It's just.
Hold up! No, wait, hold no.
And all that he does is fold clothes.
There's no
and make scrambled eggs in the morning.
There's just young Bruce running around. He's like, Bruce, get back here.
No, so in the comics, Alfred actually was a secret agent before becoming a butler. Yeah. So unironically, Colton just set up probably a DC banger.
Aren't they actually making a series about?
They
Alfred?
did a while ago, but I think it got canceled or something.
Yeah, because they don't know how to make
DC.
any.
They don't know how to make any
shows.
medium except for animated shows.
Multiverse crossover 007 and Alfred. James Bond.
I think that's what Alfred's based off of. I think he has the whole
James Bond?
I think he actually is, and Bruce too, to a certain degree, because the whole agent in the Cold War was really interesting for older people, and it didn't totally have consequences later on in history.
Of course not.
It didn't totally set up masculinity for the next 50 years. Oh, everybody has to be Rambo. Oh, I just want to work a fucking paperweight job.
I just want to work a paperweight job.
I don't want to go to fucking Vietnam with a fucking loaded fucking gat and just being like, you Viet Cong fucks.
Mowing down people.
Even though, okay, I'm going to be honest, the first Rambo movie is fucking awesome. I
actually haven't seen Rambo.
You guys haven't seen the first Rambo? The first Rambo takes place in a made-up place in Washington, so I found it pretty, which is weird because it also happened during the LSD experiments from episode 4 of the podcast. So
hasn't seen that yet.
Oh yeah,
no, I haven't.
You just spoiled it.
I haven't. Yeah, we had a conspiracy theory episode where I explained the crack shit to Caleb, and Caleb's like the whole time.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Do you want like a brief rundown?
No, he has to watch the episode.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, but yeah. It's really weird. The first Rambo movie, I don't think there's a video essay on it on YouTube, at least a very good one, but the first Rambo movie is just a really good telling of basically what's happening nowadays, where soldiers come back from the Middle East, for example, now, and they're just fucked. And Rambo has like super hardcore PTSD, and the cops are okay. The cops in the first Rambo movie are all fucked. They're all big time corrupted. They're just assholes. Because Rambo just shows up in town one day and is just all like, I'm just walking through town trying to get a fucking breakfast burrito.
Stallone.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a breakfast burrito. And so I think the first cop, I think the first cop is a big guy. He's all like, then that kind of theme starts playing in the background. And he's like, "What are you doing here, partner?" Just walking through town. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking white fuck! It's like there's a subtle racist tone to it, and Rambo has to do his shit, start killing people just because PTSD, Viet Cong, baby.
So a cop comes up to you and tells you to get out of town, and you just kill him.
That's more or less what happens.
Is that the basis of the movie?
Yeah, more. Well, he can't.
That's what you're supposed to take from that movie. Is if a cop comes up to you and tells you to get out of town, you kill him, and
then the whole police department and their dogs. He's wild.
BLM question mark.
That's great.
You know what? You have a point. If shit goes wrong, I think the BLM members need to watch Rambo and be like, all right, he has some good tactics in that. Just gonna write this down for later.
That's terrible.
It is real terrible, but hey, wait, when did Rambo come out? Fuck, I forgot. I think it was
the 80s.
It was the 80s, I think.
1969, if I recall correctly. Yeah,
What?
I don't think that's
What? No, because I don't know when that came out because I know the LA. I don't know when the LA riots took place. I think
it was the 90s.
Was it the 90s? Okay, because I think it was. There's always been this really weird tone within Hollywood movies portraying, actual events in real life, but just having a twist to them. And I can't remember if Rambo took place before or after that, because I know after that, the Predator 2 came out, and it took place in Los Angeles, or was it New York? Because they mentioned like Los Angeles is a hotbed of crime or whatever, and they were like making this like super like it might have been New York, but I think it was also like on a play on like the big cities just have corruption and the civilians are the problem. Predator 1 goes W2. I'm gonna be honest, those whole line of Rambo, Predator, Alien.
I'm right here. Do it now.
Kill me now.
Kill me.
He was such a bad actor, but the movie's so fucking cool.
No, don't say that about my boy Arnold.
Arnold's goofy. Has no one ever noticed the Predator clearly looks Jamaican / in it black and
yeah.
is it not racist? And has no one ever noticed that? The dreads, loincloth, killing white people. Yeah. It's like I don't know. There might be a subtle racial tone with the Predator.
He kills black people in the movie too.
He wasn't.
He kills a Native American guy in the movie.
Yeah, he kills all minorities.
He just killed everybody.
Yeah, especially Mexicans.
Except for Arnold, get to the chopper. Yes. Get to the chopper now.
Yeah, Predator was fucked, but it was awesome. Awesome movie. And then they all started to. I'm gonna be honest. Actually, no, the Rambo movies have all been pretty solid. My dad's a pretty big fan of Rambo, so he likes them all. So I'm assuming they're all good. Yep. I think the third one's okay. So I think apparently the fourth one's like super like, how we were talking about propaganda. That one,
the fourth, just propaganda.
The fourth one's just Mexican cartels are bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they are bad, but it's like all Mexicans are bad. I'm like, damn, guys, come on, really here?
Man, I've never.
It's a little far-fetched.
Never seen a.
Or is it the fifth? I don't know. I think there's a good bit of Rambo movies, but it's the most recent one where Stallone's like, I'm not doing any more after this Rambo, and it's just like the Vietnam are terrible. America lost. Mexicans. So it's like it took this like radical turn. I'm like, all right, I guess.
All right, you know what the best Vietnam movie is?
It's
Tropic Thunder. That's the best Vietnam movie.
Not Good Morning Vietnam.
Have you ever seen Tropic?
I've seen Tropic Thunder.
Robert Downey Jr. is a mad lad, bro.
Banger of a movie.
Good one for sure.
A mad lad.
It's the best because they'll never make it again.
For other reasons other than the writing. Could they do it again with a black guy, or would it not be the same?
It wouldn't be the same because that's the joke, is that Robert Downey Jr. is such a method actor that he changed the pigment of his skin.
God, dude, it's fucked.
Gosh, it's such a
Blackface is
movie,
not
bro.
good, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up. I have a sneaking fear that this might not be recording. Okay, it's still recording. We're 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, 30 minutes in. Oh!
So yeah. What's another? You know what? Another movie franchise I want to mention. I guess this is the movie episode. Alien. How do you guys feel about Alien?
I don't think I've seen the first Aliens.
How-
I've only seen the bad Aliens.
Why have you only watched Prometheus?
Covenant, actually.
Whatever the fuck it's called. I'm gonna be honest. The original Alien movie is a artistic piece. Stop
That's
touching
what
my toes.
I've heard a lot of good things about the first Alien movie. I just not got around
I don't. The
to
only
watching
reason
it.
why I like the first Alien. You want to go? You want to say something?
No,
Okay.
no.
The first Alien movie is because I forgot his name. The guy who designed the alien costumes is really intriguing to me, and just seeing like, okay, so the guy who made the original alien costume or the idea of the alien, the art aesthetic, not the whole like alien in and of itself, because that's the writers that trying to fill in the blank, but like the artist had fucked up dreams. Like this guy's terrible, and instead of like oh I have terrible dreams, I just have to live with them. He just draws them out. And if you look it up, like the alien aesthetic or his just kind of art style, it's really cryptidy and nudist to a degree. And just seeing how somebody was like, all right, I want to make that a movie monster. And it worked out perfectly is just super cool to me. Because how it's just, he has a lot of his art. I forgot his name. He has a lot of it's just weird. He knows how to draw humanoid monsters. Alien started the trend of humanoid monsters.
Alien has a very good design. I'll say that. I
Very
really
good
like the
monster
Alien
design.
design.
I don't like
Iconic.
Friday the 13th.
I haven't seen any of them.
How have you not seen any of these classic movies, bro? These are all like in the Hollywood, like legendary film category, bro.
I
Like
watched the bangers like Tommy Boy.
Yes.
All the Adam Sandler movies. Shout out.
Yeah.
Is Adam Sandler a good actor? Yes or no? Boys?
Absolutely.
I
I
think he's
love
great.
Adam Sandler.
You know, he used to
I
be a
love
comedian.
Adam
I didn't know
Sandler.
that,
You didn't know that?
and not until recently.
He has did you know he used to make like albums? Not with really like music, but like comedic like skits.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
I've
was a
listened
big
to
controversy a
those.
couple months back. Like Spotify wasn't paying comedians with their albums because they just had albums apparently. His YouTube video, the original audio podcast for people back in the fucking 70s. But yeah, that's
Isn't
been
that
a
just
thing.
called daytime radio?
No, but they didn't play it on the radio. They had like actual like fucking fat ass. I want to get a vinyl player because my brother has all those vinyls in his room, and I'm like, do these actually work or they're just for fucking show?
Well, I have a vinyl player. Well, I have two vinyl players.
The one that both worked and then didn't, then worked again.
One worked again. I figured out after the other one came in,
Mhm.
and I was like, all right, I'll give the old one to my mom, and I'll keep this new one for myself. And then one day I have Val over. I'm like, Val, let me show you the sickest thing in the world. I pull out my vinyl player. I plug it in. I pull out.
You pull out, you say. Thank God.
No, stop.
Good.
I pull out one of the vinyls.
Safe sex, everybody.
I can't remember which. I think it was my Beach Boys one. Pop that bad
Set
boy
in the
in.
mood.
Yeah.
Pop that bad boy in. Put the needle on. It doesn't work. I'm like,
Why didn't it work? You
Try
never
putting the
explained that to
needle
me.
on again. Doesn't work. I'm like, huh? And I look at it and like it looks like something's wrong with the needle. So I kind of like mess with it. Needle pops off.
Mm.
And then I just sat there and I was like, I really spent $50 on this, and then it just breaks.
And you know, it's $50.
And then so after, it was not just a vinyl player though, so it could play CDs. So I pulled out. The next best thing is my banger of an Animal Crossing soundtrack.
You did not.
Oh my
like that.
goodness.
With the lady friend over? No way you're listening to.
No, Animal Crossing has good music.
Oh, there was a guy on Twitter I saw this morning. He was like,
Bangers.
and you like the tweet, the engineer guy.
Yeah,
and he's all like,
that's just
yeah,
me.
guys, this is sick as hell. He's
That's
just fucking.
me.
He
That's
has
just
like
me.
he has like fucking carpal tunnel, and his
Oh my
fucking
gosh,
fingers are all
let me-
disgusting, and the clean switch. He's just all like,
Let me
guys,
pull
look
that
at my
up for-
island.
Let me pull that up.
No.
for Colton.
It was so
I have
wholesome.
to. It's because it's just me.
He's just so infatuated. Like this is like this burly guy, white beard. I'm here to work. Animal Crossing. It's just fucking wholesome. Are you shitting me?
This guy is,
I love it, dude.
like you said, big burly guy. Thicker dude too, older dude.
Older dude.
This
With the
guy's
cleanest
probably
Switch, though,
getting near
like
his
this-
50s, and he's just playing Animal Crossing. That's awesome.
Now, Caleb, I know you were a huge Animal Crossing enthusiast.
Enthusiast is an understatement. I'll be real.
Statement.
If Caleb could buy shares of Animal Crossing, I think he would be probably a majority owner.
Fucking the Elon Musk of Animal Crossing.
I hate that you're not wrong.
Those sales would go up, and you would. I'll buy your entire stock.
Diamond hands.
Yes.
But I hate to say this, Caleb. I've never dabbled in the
And
Animal
neither have
Crossing
I.
universe.
And Caleb is angry at me.
honestly, I understand because it was niche before this new game came out.
It's like
and then-
mega
Then
popular.
it got popular because all the
There's no games on the
all
Switch.
all the streamers were playing it during the pandemic, and then one thing.
I'm gonna be honest.
another.
Remember how we said
I
the
posted about it every day, and then everyone was like, "Should I get that game?" And I was like, "Yes!"
like it was kind of weird how the pandemic kind of like boosted shit that took hours to do, and everybody's like, "No, I'm gonna waste 50 hours on building a fucking treehouse, bitch," and it's become normal. I loved it. That was awesome for people. That's what I do with other games. I'm not trying to make a house for the pigeon down the street, but I'll
Logo
kill a
a
demigod in the game and be like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Yeah, really? Like, because when the game came out, it was in March. March is a good time for fishing in real life.
We need
So-
to fish.
Dude,
A fishing
I wanna go
podcast?
fishing with you guys so bad. I love fishing.
I do. My uncle apparently has a spot. We might have
I
to-
love
have to go
fishing
with him.
so much that in my video games, I specifically choose the video games that
That
you can
fish.
go fishing.
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2, I love that game.
You haven't even fucking
I didn't
finished
beat
it.
but
You've never finished
it's
it?
too long.
Me and Colton did. We're clearly badasses here.
I was on like the final chapters, and then I got
How do you? The final chapter of Red Dead's like amazing, dude.
and then I got a new Xbox, and then I didn't have time to re-download it.
How do you have not? You can just re-download it now as we talk about the podcast.
I'm sorry. Oh, I can re-download it now as we're talking, as I'm not in a room. With
I
my
want you to
Xbox.
leave your ethereal body, go to your house, and press.
Hold on, let me just Doctor Strange. All right, it's downloaded.
Awesome, amazing. Red Dead. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of mad that Red Dead 2's online wasn't like as fucking
Dude,
bangerish as
it was fun though.
the
It was
first
just-
week.
They put all their money into GTA 5 still. That's what was annoying.
How do you guys feel about GTA 5 just releasing fucking literally 5 times over multiple
I think it's
consoles?
stupid.
Just come out with a new game. You know how much. Oh, they would
But
make
do you know how
so
much money they made
off
off it? I think they
Okay.
made like $1 billion.
But-
And they're still
They-
making money off it to this day,
Day.
but they would make a shit ton more if they released GTA 6. Everybody would buy
It's
GTA
like they don't
6.
care about their other franchises. They just put everything.
I
in
want
GTA.
Bully 2.
Like every unit
Ow.
of money that was spent on Red Dead 2 was pretty much like put into GTA 5 again.
Yeah,
Like that's just stupid.
yeah.
Because Red Dead was a banger.
I'm gonna be honest. I think story wise is better than GTA 5.
Yeah.
Gameplay wise too, a little bit. I say it's on par or greater. But the online just blowed. Everything was
Because they didn't add anything.
so expensive, dude. I think it was grind time on Red Dead.
I think it would have been better had they added like more quests to do, so you could actually be doing things. And
But
then you would have got
money.
more money.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything to do.
Oh yeah.
You'd finish the main quest line, and then there'd just be nothing.
Oh yeah, it was fucked. Like Red Dead, bro. If you haven't played Red Dead 2, play the original story, but just don't touch the multiplayer. I don't think it's even being updated or whatever.
No,
I see
they gave up
I see
on it.
a Rockstar post on Instagram every once in a while. I won't lie. Whoever does the marketing / the edits on Photoshop, because that's how they do it, I can clearly tell. They bang. I'll be honest. Some of those Red Dead online, like, hey, this week we're doing this, and this, and like they have like full on like art for like mini events. I'm like, damn, that's fucking badass.
Yeah.
These will never see the light of day other than this Instagram page, and it's fucked. And I'm like, fuck, man. Video game art's cool. I think we need to talk about this.
It is.
Have you guys ever, Colton? Have you ever looked at a video game post or not a video game cover and been like, this fucks, or no?
I mean,
I'm an art guy. I like looking at art.
yeah,
The
you
co-
know, I guess I just haven't like appreciated. Like, I mean, I look at games like, oh, no, it looks cool, you know, like, but I don't sit back and be like, oh yeah, this cover is
fucking tasty.
This is amazing, you know. But like, I mean, like,
doesn't get it.
yeah.
He doesn't get the fine artiques of modern art.
And I can
Twirling my
look
fucking
back
mustache.
and, you know, I can close my eyes and vividly remember, you know, Super Smash on my
Oh,
That fool. That I'm
on my
surprised.
GameCube, and I was like,
I'm surprised you don't have the poster of everybody.
it doesn't exist.
What the fuck? Why
I haven't
doesn't that
sold it
exist?
I don't know.
Remember the beginning of Smash Bros.'s launch, and everybody's like, "Oh, Steve's on the poster. Steve's on the poster."
Oh my gosh.
2 DLCs packed later.
Honestly, we can make a whole episode just talking about Smash
The Nintendo
Bros.
Ninjas. That's
Oh my
wild. That's a
gosh, it's
thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, like Sony and Xbox, their shit gets leaked, they get pissed. Nah, Nintendo actually hires straight up fucking like
They kill
CIA
people.
ops to like, dude.
Remember the guy at E3 that leaked
They had a
Hero and
whole-
Banjo and he just like died?
Yeah,
They killed him.
like there was like, someone like leaked their leak of like the Ninjas guys. They had like full like CIA like op like full name, home address, common activities. What the fuck
Like,
are
how
they
did they
doing?
even know this stuff?
Oh, it was fucked.
do not mess around with the Japanese mafia.
No.
Ooh, we want to talk about? Are you an enthusiast of the
Yakuza?
Are you an Yakuza fan? Do you look into the Yakuza? Not the video games. Apparently, the Yakuza in Japan like the Yakuza games. I'm actually kind of funny. It's really
I
funny.
wouldn't be surprised because those games are actually Sega's only good games.
That is true. Do you know
Sorry,
about the Yakuza,
Sonic.
Colton? Are
I
you
do
gonna?
not.
You do not. You don't
No,
know how
no.
fucked they are. They're pretty. Well, they're not as fucked as of now, but they've kind of. Yeah, it's really weird. Like everybody's like, oh, Japan has a really robust system of laws. There should be an upstanding citizen. Flip side of that coin. The Yakuza have like a government say, and they're like in every industry like ever, and they're just like, yes, money.
Yeah.
It's really fucked. I don't know too much about their history, but the Yakuza are pretty interesting. They're like the equivalent to our CIA, where it's like, that's kind of fucked that you did all that shit in the 80s. Don't worry about it. What are you doing now? Don't worry about it.
No, it's fine. You'll find out about it in 20 years from now.
Oh yeah. I hate that. Just the CIA just is like, personal information. I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, that's
Terrible.
Do you think that they have, like, they could just look up Alex Pruneda on their computer and they can just see everything?
There is a government amendment, not an amendment, it's a law where you can look up your file. I forgot what it is,
I remember
but you can look it up.
in
But
high
how?
school they were able to look up there's a site you can look people were looking up teachers in class
Yeah.
and were able to find out every single thing about
Yeah.
them.
The CIA, if you have like PewDiePie has a file on him. So if you're a person of notable standard or like of high degree, you have a file. I think like almost like every actor. Felix does.
Felix has a file.
He has a file apparently. It was
Felix's Files. Oh, that sounds like a banger TV show, dude.
Oh yeah.
Felix is fine.
It sounds like a Phineas and Ferb show. Fucking Murphy's Law. R.I.P. that show. I don't know
I'm
what the
thinking
fuck
more
happened.
of like a Criminal Minds kind
Yeah,
of
like
setting.
Yeah.
ABC.
It's like
Felix
Dexter, but
file.
like not
Yeah,
fucked up.
exactly.
But no, there's I think you go to the CIA's page or whatever, and then you go into their search bar and it's like my file dot something something or whatever. I saw it on Instagram and TikTok, and you can find your file. Usually it's mostly blank and just has some basic information. But if you're notable in standards, and clearly they're not going to show you everything because there's probably more to every file. But yeah, it's kind of fucked. You gotta love the Privacy Act. That was the one thing in Fredericks that I remember out of everything except for the one person in there. Yeah, he's all like, Mr. Frederick just proudly goes up to everybody. I think you were in that class too.
Was it AP?
You was AP.
Oh my
We were always with Colton.
We were always Colton was over there, and he's all like, "This is the one act that is still in effect to this day. The Privacy Act. When in a state of war, we can always go into your personal information online whenever we want without your permission." And I'm like, "That's been amendment, right?" Nope. Okay. Is there a way around it? Nope.
Nope, government can just do what they want.
But we're always in a state of war. Exactly. You're not worried about this, Mr. Frederick? Nope. Okay.
Coach Fred.
Yeah, just straight up. And then this is kind of conspicuous. Even we get out of the Middle East. Oh, Ukraine.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like, can we even? Is it worth worrying about something we can't do anything about?
Yeah.
Like, they're just gonna do it.
That is true. What am I going to supposed to fight the entire world government over my porn history? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking up big booty Latinas.
There you go.
Oh, Alex, come on. We all know that you look up big booty Latinos.
No.
Latinos.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Mexican guys have a pretty big thing in the porn industry. I'm gonna be honest. Mostly white guys. I'll be real. No, from what I've observed.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna leave it at that. Reeling it back. Let's.
Why'd you make a sound effect? Does that play in the? How loud is that?
I don't know, and I don't care.
We will find out, I guess.
I'm just
in my
recording.
car.
Ow, my ear.
Andrew, I'm sorry.
It's as high as our voices, so who knows?
Yeah, so his ears could be bleeding this whole
We
time.
could probably have to edit that. So
It's
okay, what are we reeling back into? Movies again
movies, yeah. So what? Because I know my.
I like
favorite-
rom-coms.
All right. That wasn't exactly what
I
was
love
saying, but
Adam
that's a-
Sandler
that's-
rom-coms.
I don't think-
Honestly, that's
Yeah.
a good place to go. So rom-coms, Colton.
Are you not a rom-com enthusiast? Your girlfriend hasn't forced you to watch rom-coms yet?
No, rom-coms I feel like are definitely the best. The best movie to watch, especially with a significant other. Adam Sandler, like 50 First Dates.
Bro,
like,
50 First Dates I had to watch in psychology. It kind of it was great. It was a really great movie.
But at the same time, like, you know, she loses her memory every day, and you know he goes back and you know wants her to fall in love with him every single day, and you know he's setting the bar really high, setting the bar really high. Now, would I do the same thing? Yeah, probably. You know.
Some days you
But-
can just quit, and then she wouldn't remember it.
Oh,
But no,
dang.
fuck that. No, remember how that movie ended? Spoilers for a movie that's I think older than us,
That's pretty old.
Probably.
or as old as us.
Probably.
Is that they were in Alaska on a boat. So if he just one day was like, I'm tired of this shit.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
You didn't
that's not-
remember?
It's not like the rest of the world
Well-
would have amnesia about her existing.
Yeah, it's just like Adam's
You're
like
thinking she's gonna forget her own death.
Adam's like, oh man, I just can't today. I'm just tired. She's just gonna be her normal self today. I just have to pick her up when she sleeps and just bring her back to the bed. That's all I have to do. And just be like, hey, we're married.
Hold on. When were they on a boat?
You don't remember this?
This whole premise was like the movie was in Hawaii.
Yeah, but her dream was to go to Alaska. You don't remember that?
I'm tripping then.
Yeah, no, yeah. At the end, Adam like fulfills her dream. Well, I think she tells him at one point. Adam's like, "Yeah, I'll do it,"
I'll go.
and then that's how the movie ends. And I remember it in specifically because it didn't end like a normal movie. She just doesn't randomly. I don't have amnesia anymore. Like, no, Adam has to actually fulfill that role and just be like, nah, this is the problem I have to deal with because I love her so much. Which is weird because I think this is the best Adam Sandler movie, like unironically. Just how it ended for me. I think it was like a really good ending that I didn't expect.
I think that's fair.
What other ones would be in that?
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda's a rom-com.
No, but I just really like Kung Fu Panda. The first one released on my birthday when I was like 8 or 6.
That's right, it did.
I really liked it.
There is a Adam Sandler Jennifer Aniston movie called Just Go With It.
I have not
I
watched
haven't
this.
seen that one either.
It's
gonna
a
have to
good
explain
one.
it.
It's a good one. So Adam Sandler is this big like plastic surgeon.
I would never trust Adam Sandler.
Not a big plastic surgeon, I guess, but he's a plastic surgeon. And
He's
Jennifer
like,
Aniston. She works for him, and she has kids, and he's like this single guy who goes out, if I remember correctly, and he ends up, he goes on this vacation and has to bring Jennifer Aniston with him and her family for some reason. Shoot, dude, I memory's a little fuzzy on this, but anyways, they end up falling in love.
Of course.
even though like
Always goes.
they were opposites.
Boy
They
journey.
hated each other. Blah blah blah. You know,
Classic shit, yeah.
and then they end up falling in love. But it was a good one. That's a good one
Adam
too.
Sandler has really good roles of being the "Hey, I love you" role.
Why
You
do
know, it was a really good one. You guys ever see 8 Crazy Nights?
I've seen half of it, but only the ending. But I
think
was
it's
really young
I
though.
think that's a really good like holiday movie.
Yeah.
Unironically.
What holidays is Christmas? Is it always Christmas?
It's but it's Hanukkah.
Okay. Oh, Jewish holiday on today for all reasons.
But why do people shit on Adam Sandler movies?
I think it just became a meme too.
I think
because all of his movies were
over
repeats,
time-
but they were all fun.
Over time, it just kind of like got to the point where it was just kind of like cookie cutter
Yeah.
movie, and
Yeah.
it just got like
Really weird with them. And then they started doing children's movies, and it just got really weird.
He had like a niche to like the Happy Madison productions that was
Yeah.
just like, oh, it's
But-
Adam Sandler going, and then
You know that he balls? Like he's in
Yeah,
like
he's-
courts with like Kevin
does.
Durant and shit, and he's like
Yeah,
fucking,
he's
he's
filthy.
just
Adam
dropping
Sandler's-
threes,
yeah,
bro.
he's
it's
filthy.
awesome, man.
Like, so are we gonna explain the lore here with Alexis with Adam?
Oh yeah,
Like, should we not?
My cousin.
You should look at the screen when you're telling this,
Why?
because I feel like it's kind of important. This is a Caleb lore. I think it
Okay,
needs to get
Caleb
explained.
lore here. My cousin is Alexis Sanchez, who is the little girl in Grown Ups. I can't remember her name,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll throw it up on screen. I'll make my brother edit this part. in.
I know her little brother watches this podcast. Hey, Mikey.
Shut up, Mikey.
Shout out Mikey.
What up?
Mikey.
How old is Mikey?
He's like 15, 16.
You're a player, bud. You got
Shut up.
a lot of roles to fill in there, bud.
My boy
Shout out.
Mikey.
There you go, Mikey. Shout out. Get your sister to shout out the podcast with Adam. What if we got Adam Sandler on the podcast?
Oh my gosh.
That shit would be raw, dude.
Dude, that'd be wild. We're sitting at like 30 subscribers, and Adam Sandler comes.
Hey
on
guys,
the
Adam Sandler.
podcast.
No, that'd be really cool because I'd love to ask Adam, because I think Adam is one of the few guys in Hollywood that just had this massive career, kind of been memed upon, but then just kind of he's done nothing wrong.
He's a chill guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
he's
honestly he just does what he does.
Yeah.
Now, talking with your cousin, have you ever, I guess, like, have you heard any stories about like just being on this?
Apparently they're
grown-up
treated
set?
like gods.
Because, like,
Not from
Because
her.
like Chris Rock and like Kevin James,
I know,
and
like-
David Spade, like they were all on this set.
Bro,
too,
that was the
guys.
god. That was the god set right
See,
there, bro.
I never heard the stories from her, but I think that's just because she was like little at the time.
She was little.
Right.
But my cousin and my brother went to Boston when they were filming
Forming.
Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much they were treated like gods while they
Yeah.
were there. Like they were given like fat stacks of cash just to go get lunch. And like my cousin describes like pretty much there's just ice cream flowing like rivers and like fondue fountains everywhere. You could eat whatever you wanted and no one
Remember
would
when
care.
Colton was like shitting on rich people yesterday when we recorded? I won't lie. I kind of agree with Colton sometimes after hearing this story.
Like it's
And it's like, oh, poor you.
Oh,
Hey,
poor you.
poor you.
Oh, my wife got, someone was making fun of my wife. I'm going to
But
slap him.
Just imagine being a bunch of lower middle class people, and then all
Adam
of a sudden,
Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Hey, what's
and
up?
their crew
Ah.
just bring you all the way to Boston, and you're treated like gods. And my uncle, it's the funniest thing. He brings that you know the carnita meat,
Mm-hmm.
the thin steaks. He brings that. He takes that from here all the way to Boston. And all the celebrities in Boston like had no idea what that was, and like they tried it and they're like, "This is the best food I've ever had."
I love when people
Come to
do
Moses
that.
Lake. It's
It
all
does.
over.
My dad can
uncle's just
probably
the funniest person.
rock the shoes off of some celebrities. I won't even lie.
But
funny.
there's a lot of stories that came out of it. I should probably bring.
Should we
Isaac on the
interview
podcast.
Alexis? That would be pretty
We
cool.
could interview Alexis.
That would be nice. I never really had a conversation
I'll bring you
with
on
her.
the podcast.
I've never had. I think I've joked around with her, just be
But
like, "Hey, how
here's-
you doing?"
We
Never
used
crazy.
to bully her back in 8th grade.
Oh, it was funny bullying though, because she was little
cousin.
and it was yeah.
You can bully your cousin.
Exactly. Yeah,
But,
I've never had a conversation or anything with her. So.
Really, that's kind of weird having I would say a micro celebrity, a child star within a high school, and nobody ever treated like, oh fuck, you
'Cause-
knew Adam Sandler.
Like I think that's great.
Yeah,
I think it's
really
great
good for her.
that she got treated like a normal person.
Yeah, it was really weird.
But I think the craziest thing was my cousin Isaac, the one who him and Colby were telling all these stories about Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So all the child actors that were on that, like Cameron Boyce and all of them, they actually.
Cameron Boyce was in that.
They actually hung out with him.
R.I.P.
They all hung out with
R.I.P.,
Isaac and like looked up to him and like he played cards with them and stuff.
Dead ass?
Yeah.
No way. What
Like,
the
that's
fuck?
like-
That's cool.
at least that's what the story he tells. He lies a lot, but I don't see why he'd lie about that. And it's supported by Colby, so
Colby's a trustworthy man. I trust Colby.
Colby can't lie.
Colby can't. It's physically impossible. He starts to giggle. And that is factually true.
Notice that.
I know. He giggles. He goes,
Colby doesn't believe me, but it's true.
It is true. Colby is an interesting fellow. No, I feel really good for Alexis. I'm kind of surprised she didn't do it. Did she not like acting? Because she's
I
never
don't think so. I never really.
Never questioned
I
it?
didn't really question it because I just kind of figured like.
That's an example from
That's
yesterday,
her
just to
thing.
not give up on that potential. Because I think Alexis could have been, kind
just
of a
don't-
prominent
Well, the thing was they would have had to move to California
or something like
and
that.
like our family's really close, so I think they just kind of
I can back that up.
they just kind of felt like, man,
That's
it's kind of crappy being without family
overkill.
over here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And when you're a kid, like you know what you want, but you don't. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
as a kid, I wanted to be a professional athlete, and like that would be amazing, but like I couldn't. But she got introduced to such a lucrative business and opportunity at such a young age, and
She probably got turned off by it. I'm not trying to make things up about her, but I'm going to be
like, and we don't know. Maybe like Caleb would probably know the best, but like
But I mean, now she's.
it's
I'll let you finish.
I don't know. Like it's like I said, such a lucrative business and opportunity. When you're in an Adam Sandler movie at such a young age,
that's wild.
that's big. That's big.
It's-
Like
and this was, I think, I'm going to be honest, I think Grown Ups was some of his last good movies, too, in
It
in
was.
hownsite.
it's a
honestly,
huge
yeah.
movie. Grown Ups is a
was
huge
big.
movie.
It was a like a tribute to somebody that they all worked for who died. Like that.
Yeah.
That's like the main plot too.
Mhm.
yeah.
But that was like in actuality.
Right.
I'm. This is just what I'm remembering. Don't take it for gospel, but I think
That's the
that's
first
why
time I've ever heard you
that's
say
why,
that.
That's why they brought everyone together for that
Bible
movie.
lore.
You Bible boy.
The Book of Adam.
No, but
Sandler.
the Book of Adam. No, but now that you're kind of saying it, and we're having this, I've always wanted to have this conversation. It's good that we're having it in podcast form. Is she was with fucking Adam Sandler and Chris Rock? No, and everybody forgets that he was in that movie.
Kevin
But, like,
James and David Spade are pretty
David
big
Spade's
actors.
such a banger,
Dude,
So
Alexis was around the comedy gods
Here's
for a
what's
while,
crazy
which is insane.
Is according to Isaac and Colby,
Uh-huh.
David Spade was actually the coolest out of all of them.
Of
and
course.
he'd, like interact with everybody.
That's fucking
That's cool.
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's so wild in hindsight now thinking about it with famous people. It's just like you were with some of the biggest people in Hollywood and biggest comedians at the time, and you're just
I
wild to me.
I think what's
It's fucking
crazy to think about is when you think in terms of celebrities, a lot of the time because like they have all the money in the world,
Mhm.
and if they like ignore you, you're like, oh, they're snobby. They don't care about poor people.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of celebrities actually just socially awkward people.
Yeah, because they're actors. Actors are. I know I don't like saying shit that Joe Rogan says repeatedly, but he had a pretty good argument. He likes the debate where he's all like, actors are not people. They're just like weird figmentations of people because they have to play different roles.
Yeah.
And I feel like it fucks up their psychology just a little bit. And being in a role where years of being, I'm this guy, I'm this guy, I'm this guy, I'm this guy. And then when you're on a stage, like Chris Rock was making fun and Will had a snap moment, you kind of realize like actors are, I'm going to be honest, I think actors are, at least a little bit of them are kind of like psychologically fucked. There's no way they're not.
So you're telling me Will Smith had a Muhammad Ali moment or an I Am Legend moment when
No, not for real.
the
Dead ass.
G.I. Jane joke came out? Talking shit.
No, but dude, did you not see? No, because our Twitter went wild because that, the infamous screenshot, it had everything perfect that the human eye likes. The action pose where he just, I can't get up.
There's-
No, I'm gonna get up. Where he had full
Wait,
pose.
Colton, pretend to be Chris Rock.
Okay, let's get up, Colton.
All right, all right.
Because so here's the thing. I
I'm
like
the
art.
media. I'm the media.
I like art, and there's certain things about art that are really exaggerated. And whoever took that photo, he had full rotation. Like there was the line of like
Hey, the face.
the face. You can see his facial interaction. There was this line where you saw the arm, you saw the action. He had everything about that was years of actually punching and slapping people in full effect, and it just looked good, and that's why everybody talked about it. That slap is just if it wasn't a scene, which a lot of people do, there's a conspiracy theory where it's all made up, but it's clearly not.
Stupid.
Which really is really dumb. But it's just everything about that, what he did in that photo in specific, is just amazing. Like art and cinematography wise, and this is really good. And Chris took it like a fucking champ.
He
dude.
did.
He has a strong.
I don't think
He's a strong gent.
I don't think he's even pushing to have anything against Will Smith.
No, he's not.
Just like
Fuck it, it happened. Let's
it
go, baby.
happened, which honestly, I respect Chris Rock even more for that because like,
Fuck it, it happened.
he tells a joke, he get a
Talk
bad
shit,
joke,
get it, baby. That's
and
the rule.
He just understands. Yeah, I always like Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock he's a Chad. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to keep talking about the Will situation, but it's fucked. He thought what he did was right. It works or whatever, but good careers on them. Well, let's hope he comes out with a banger eventually. I Am Legend 2 or whatever.
I Am Legend 2.
Like the separate end. You know that movie has 2 endings? I didn't know that
I
recently.
didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a DVD release where he survives. So I think in the original he dies, but it saves the world or whatever. And also in that movie they tease Batman versus Superman.
Really?
Yeah, in the lion scene in the middle of what's the place in New York? The
Times Square.
Times Square. Yeah, thank you, Colton.
Times Square.
In Times Square, it's off to the right. No, yeah, right. And it's on the top corner. It says Batman and Superman. And I think it was supposedly, back to the superhero thing, we're going full circle here, is that if Superman Returns was a good movie, apparently they were supposed to eventually tie it in with the Batman trilogy. Is the suspected,
Interesting.
I think is the suspected rumor, or I might be getting it wrong. It might have been the Superman Returns, an entirely different movie franchise that wasn't supposed to be the Nolan trilogy, and then Returns, or the Superman versus Batman crossover. Apparently, this like mythical scene of these two characters showing up was supposed to be like a thing for like a long time, and then eventually modern DC did it, and this is like, damn,
They screwed it up.
They fucked it up big time. So
As they always do.
I do. It was really weird. I was like, so I'm gonna comment about that movie's suit. It's garbage. All the Superman suits, except for probably the Man of Steel one, I like the best. They're all kind of poopy. Costume design is important. Character design is important.
Hard agree.
Adam Sandler in a striped shirt just goes hard, dude.
The baggy basketball shorts.
Dude, it's awesome, bro. The 3 stripes baggy basketball shirt. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, how's that going? It's me, Adam Sandler.
Dude, it's awesome, dude. Fucking Adam Sandler's goated, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I think that's why I wear cargo shorts all the time. Adam Sandler, he's my hero.
I wear them for the pockets.
No, the pockets are
For
fine.
the pocket.
No, girls just don't have pockets, bro.
They just don't understand what it's like to have so much space to put stuff in your pockets.
For real, bro.
Pockets are necessary. If you were a man and you're wearing an outfit that doesn't have any pockets,
You're fucked.
Something wrong with you.
what are you doing with your keys? What are you doing with your wallet, your phone? Are you just holding
With the
everything?
extra large lasagna that I'm carrying. Have you guys not seen that Reddit post?
No.
The Twitter comment? Okay.
Everything's in your left pocket and your phone. The only thing in your right pocket is your phone.
So let me explain this Reddit story. So there was I think it was either an Instagram or a Twitter post where somebody's like, so I got these jeans, right? And I'm looking at these pockets. I thought they were full on pockets in I think it was like an online store. And she goes into it, and it's only like one of these half pockets where it looks like a full pocket, but there's like maybe an inch or less of just like finger room in there.
That's so
and she's bitching and
stupid.
complaining. And some big guy, apparently he's massive, he's in the comment section like, it really does suck for ladies because I'm a 600-pound man wearing cargo shorts. I have the ability to, and he just lists off a ridiculous amount of items, and then he says, the big like
I have them right here.
the big like pocket where at the end of the thigh, his big ones. I think there were like cargo jeans, is what he explained. Is that he's able to fit the Stouffer's extra large lasagna, the whole packet in his cargo pants, and he just says, I just really feel bad for the women that just don't have any. And I'm all like, bro, you're able to fit an entire fucking lasagna dinner in your pants.
600-pound lasagna carrying person just sounds like the ideal Reddit user. just sounds like the atypical
Dude,
Reddit user.
Bro, I read that, bro. I think it was like a year ago or whatever, and I busted out laughing because there's this long list.
Is
My
Alex
car
crying
keys, my
again?
pant, another pair of pants, so on and so forth. Multiple wallets, multiple phones, lasagna.
Back-to-back episodes where Alex cries. This
Alex-
one's just a
Dude,
different
no,
reason.
I'm
This
not
one's
trying
just
to
a
cry,
different
but it's
reason.
fucking funny, bro. It's just like an extra large lasagna because me and Caleb used to work at a grocery store, and they're just at the bottom, and they're just like, they're fucking big. They're fed for like 3 or 4 people. Whole thing in his pants. My man can Hanna-Barbera his way out of a grocery store.
He's literally
With the whole
video game
lasagna.
protagonist.
Yeah. He's an anime protag, bro.
Pulls out a whole couch.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to fit one in there.
Oh man.
Infinite pocket space.
But yeah.
But I won't lie though, women have leggings, and I'm kind of jealous, so I'll give them that. They don't got no pockets though, but I'll give them that.
There's
Men
leggings with
have-
pockets.
Are there? I did not know
There's-
this.
there are. But why are you jealous of leggings?
Because leggings exaggerate the butt's feature.
So
The
you
sculpt.
are jealous of them because they can show off
Their butt, yeah.
their butt.
I don't have a butt either. I look like a fucking board. I'm gonna be honest. If you saw this and now you're probably looking back in the video. I got a flat ass. So yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Just people with exaggerated butts, and especially in something that fits the form of said butt, or really any muscular thing. I'm gonna be honest. The one thing about I like about dudes' clothing is sometimes when you get a really tight shirt and it exaggerates the bicep and the tricep, and I'm like, that's nice. 'Cause I'm just an art guy. I like form and figure. It's just something I notice.
Alex takes off your pants and it's like, oh, very nice, very.
I'm looking at Michelangelo's fucking sculptures from like the Renaissance and being like, nice cock.
Of course, Alex. I was talking about a woman, and you just.
Well, I'm gonna get to the point.
Hiding, deeper intention.
No,
Alex's white deer may have balls.
it's a white buck.
It is.
no, I don't know. Maybe I can never saw the antlers on it. Who knows?
You know, Alex is out here looking for the right female, when really.
No,
You're looking for the right
For-
male.
no. This is just trophies class all over again. Alex,
Oh
you're
my
gay. And I just feed into the joke because it's fucking funny. But no, it's just
Oh my
that's just the one thing
gosh.
about art you start to notice when you draw. At least when I try to take it seriously, is you start looking at figures and shit, and it's like,
I'll say understandable, but at the same time, your words come out
very
very
wrong.
wrong.
But it's funny, bro. I really love it.
I love taking advantage of it.
Poor Alex.
Taking advantage of me? Why's your eyes open up so big? You're fucked.
Oh, man.
Somebody check his fucking CIA file. Holy
Oh,
shit,
man.
dude. That's
But
fucking
yeah,
wild.
Reeling it back again, I've got to say
Adam Sandler's goated.
Adam Sandler's goated, but I've got to say my favorite movie genre is the buddy movie genre, where two guys,
Two guys is the best
two
storyteller.
guys at odds with each other have
Okay,
to
maybe
go
not.
on some adventure, and then they end up having a growing friendship over the time.
I'm surprised there is not. So to pick on that, I watch anime. It's fucking clearly obvious at this point. Is I like when anime stories and just stories in general, Batman and Robin, Superman and Batman, just in this example, like Johnny and Gyro, or a fucking Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and I'm forgetting the redhead's name. Fuck. They always make fun of him. Or I mean, you can put in Kilowog for that example. Just the duo, just two dudes or two girls. It doesn't really fucking matter. Just two protagonists just doing shit is just I think the best art form, because the writer can now split it up 50-50 instead of like 4 dudes or 5 dudes in like some crazy adventure. You can only focus on 2. I think it's the best.
Just the
one.
way they like can bounce off of each
Yeah,
other too.
Spider-Man example, Homecoming, Ned and
yeah.
fucking Peter. Big old Filipino dude and a white kid.
And a white kid.
Fucking awesome.
That was great.
Yeah.
That movie reminded me of Alex and myself.
But
For Ned is a little bit bigger. I will say that.
is Ned Filipino? What is this actor Filipino? I think he is, right? I've always assumed.
I think he is.
I want to
I
Google
would say
this.
so. I would say
Google
so.
this. I'm
I
kind of
think
curious.
it's fair
now.
to say.
He might be either a really bitchin' Mexican then it would make sense. But I'm not that tan.
But yeah.
And I'm not as attractive as Tom Holland.
Controversial opinion. I don't think Tom Holland's attractive.
I think he's a good
I think Toby. I think Toby and
You know what's funny?
I think Andrew's the best looking. Toby's in the middle, and Andrew's the last. I'm gonna be real.
You know what's funny is people always call me. They say I look like Tom Holland, and he's born like 2 days after me.
How old is Tom?
He's the same height as me.
Really?
He's the same hairstyle as me.
Really?
So for he's Spider-Man.
Except he's Spider-Man. I'm just.
I
the
think you
guy.
can play a bitch in like multiversal version of Spider-Man. I think you could.
I'm the Spider-Man who keeps the symbiote suit just because I'm
Wearing all black and
I feel
shit.
like Caleb could be the perfect Spider Ham.
Spider-Ham.
Ooh, Colton. This is why we need Colton on the podcast more. That is the most correct opinion I've heard ever.
I'd be down.
I think you could do a good Spider Ham. What's the voice you do on the radio where you're like Throwback Thursday or whatever?
Welcome back to. What do I call it?
You'd have to have the script in front of you.
It's
On this day in history, on this day in 1966.
Yes, that's Spider Ham to me.
There it is.
I think you could. I think I could. If I was in the Marvel universe, I'd be a Thor. I don't know. Me and my dad really have a big obsession. I'm gonna get there's a Thor like hammer Lego set my brother wants me to buy, and it looks bitchin'. And since my brother has Legos, I want to get Legos because it looks fucking cool. It's the Mjolnir hammer.
I always like they sell like a replica of the Captain America shield.
I saw
always
that.
wanted that.
You should get that. I think you would either be Captain America or Spider-Man. I'd be Thor. I think I did this with like high school buddies. I don't know. I think you played Black Panther in my head because we didn't have a black guy.
I mean, obviously, my my complexion really matches that Black Panther.
No. But there is a comic White
Winter
Panther.
Soldier.
Ooh, you could play Winter Soldier.
I mean, what superhero has a nice mullet?
He didn't really have a mullet. He just had long hair, right? Am I remember correctly?
Well, I mean, I think I mean, in the movies he only has long hair, but I mean,
From a certain angle.
There's a
look at me.
rendition.
Look at me. Look at me. You look like you're back in
Why-
freshman year.
why were you holding his head like you're
Because
about to make out
it's
with him?
in the frame, and if it's out of frame, it just looks like you're normal to me.
like, Colton, there's something I want to tell you.
Look at me.
Colton,
Okay, I know why
I
you-
love you. I just
Your
realized
back
why-
of your head's so soft.
I don't know. It's a nice flow.
Does your girlfriend mess around with your locks?
Undisclosed.
Undisclosed. She be pulling and shit. Ah, my hair. Don't pull it out.
My hair.
Does your girlfriend mess around with your hair, Caleb?
Oh yeah, she's always. It's curly.
Get the fuck.
Everyone messes with my hair.
That is true. I do mess around with your hair. Not in a gay way.
I like getting pet like a kitten.
Ah, that's Caleb's into some. Are you a furry?
That's not no.
Oh, you know what?
It's not a kink. It's
I'm gonna bring up a conversation I don't think I've brought up with you guys. So I have mentioned the lunch group of people before. Ben, Dylan, Ruben, Grayson. Who am I forgetting? I'm gonna put Aiden in there too. The lunch group, friend group. We've always had some really philosophical questions. I remember the one time we were at Burger King and we said, I think Joseph, the father of, or I guess surrogate father of Jesus, was a cuck. That was a question we had. Like, is he a cuck for letting God fuck his wife, metaphorically speaking? And we all had that debate topic. But so why I bring this up is for petting originally. Is there was a question here: would you fuck a furry? Okay, so now
How do we go from
no, because I'm bringing up the story because I'm building up that we have weird questions, and this is the one thing I wanted to ask you guys, just because we're adults now. Would you fuck a person in a full-on furry costume? This is the would you rather now, bitches. I've made a full costume, or put some fucking goofy little ears. How far is the in between for you? Like, how much is too much of the furry? Little role play in there.
Any start?
any start
of it, you're cutting it off immediately. Nothing is the role play.
Into the furry line is already too much. I think Val, if you were to start wearing cat ears, I would start to question your sanity.
Interesting.
Yeah, same thing with my girl. If she, like you said, start wearing cat ears, I would
Start questioning it.
Yeah, I would take her to the doctor immediately.
I think you'd be veterinarian.
And yeah, I'd get her on some sort of medication because that is a little bit crazy to me.
It's starting to delve into the crazy.
We're starting to crazy.
But
It was just.
Alex, you took a tangent so far.
I
We're
just
talking about buddy movies, and then all of a sudden
Wait a minute
you're
here.
like, do you want to have sex with furries?
Because it's interesting. We
You
got
don't have to deal with
no,
it.
no. It's just like it's like the Twitter meme. You cannot let people predict what you're gonna say next. You always have to change it up every time. You just have to.
Never predict the first. Like you never let somebody know your next move.
Exactly.
Let somebody know.
Oh no, this is. You want to go back to buddy movies though? Back on my. I don't think you guys really explained.
I mean,
it.
I did want to explain some of my favorite buddy movies.
What's your favorite buddy
Like,
movie?
honestly, I think one of my favorite Disney movies is Emperor's New Groove. which
Is that a
like
buddy movie?
Yeah, it's two guys at odds with conflicting views. One guy, pompous emperor. The other guy, just a kind, loving village guy.
Big
loving
dude.
village
Remember.
guy. Throughout it all, stays true to who he is and ends up helping the emperor become a better person in turn.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
it's just funny throughout. Honestly, one of the best Disney movies. Underrated.
Now,
Did-
another Disney movie that can be put into that buddy category, Monsters Inc.
Another one. That's another one of my favorites. I love Monsters. Inc.
And I was when we're getting into Disney
Toy
movies,
Story.
my mind is just
another buddy movie.
my mind is just rotating, and I'm thinking,
Ow.
About these great, Wall-E, Finding Nemo and whatnot. Are those more of a rom-com because it's
True.
going into Wall-E?
It's
Wall-E's a good flick. I just rewatched it.
Wally's one of the best.
Wally's a rom com.
Wall-E's
Secretly.
hilarious. Wall-E,
I
the
love
character,
Wall-E.
just the noises he makes, the way he acts, hilarious to me.
Hard agree. Honestly, that's like a top 5.
I think that's
even top 3.
I think I say
Pixar movies.
I say
it's
top
great.
15 just because I like a little bit more action. But Wally's cute.
Top 15. You'd really say top 15?
Yeah.
There's only like 15 Pixar
No,
movies.
we're talking Pixar movies.
No, I'm just talking in general. Oh, Pixar movies. Oh no, that's top 5 for me. But in general, I
Yeah,
put
yeah.
it up there in my top 15.
top 15 movies.
Yeah. Wally's. I think Wally is probably the more recent ones, or at least the ones I remember the most, where it was all like, "Hey, you fucks, the planet's dying, but here's a cute robot, but the planet's
They
dying."
told the message in a way that it wasn't like shoved in your face, but like
I think it was shoved in your face, but nicely. This
No.
is like, you want the planet saved? Start cleaning, you fuck.
That's like this. It's like they made a plot around that idea of why that like it'd be a good idea to save the planet, but they told it in a way that
It wasn't crazy.
Lighthearted.
yeah,
Eve was an interesting.
it's the story of Jesus. It's the story of humanity.
Is it? Is that your conspiracy theory?
No, that's one I've heard. Is that like Eve is representative of like Adam,
Dante's Inferno.
Adam and Eve. Yeah,
Is it Dante's Inferno?
it's something like that. I don't know, but it's a strange theory.
That's
If you want to look into it, go ahead and look.
No, the Pixar fans are crazy. Their theory, like the movies are all lighthearted. They're supposed to be children's stories. They're like, oh god, they're really good for kids. Pixar fans. So here's the post-apocalyptic society where cars are now hyper intelligent and all humans have died.
Yeah.
The Pixar theory is
Hot
wild.
take. I don't like the Cars movies.
Whoa.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I've said some gay shit and I've done some gay shit with Colton here. That is the gayest thing I've heard today.
It's not gay. It's the truth.
Cars 1,
It's gas.
absolute excellent. Cars 2 is a little weird.
A
I
little
will give
weird.
you that.
Cars 3 is
Cars 3, I think,
fire.
back on track.
Yeah.
And I think it was
Cars
pretty good.
1 is mid at best.
Oh. Cars 1 is gas.
How long have we been recording? I think we need to kill this opinion now.
No, it's the truth.
Why? You need to just defend yourself now. I have yet to say some wild shit like that today.
There's nothing interesting about the Cars movies. It's just cars with faces. That's all.
I
it
think
is.
you're not grabbing the attention of the rookie who is too full of himself and needs to go back to a hometown hero. Humbled. He needs to be humbled. And at the end, he doesn't even win. He says, nah, first place and the money doesn't matter to me. It's the glory of the people. Bro, that is on some Rocky shit, bro. Have you not watched Rocky?
I've seen Rocky.
It's
I just don't think Cars is
beautiful
that
story.
Beautiful. I remember when I was it 4 when that movie came out? I was young. And I was infatuated with Cars is gas, bro. Do you not like Cars? Is that why? Are you not a car
great. I'm not a
enthusiast?
car enthusiast.
I'm not a car enthusiast either. I just like Lightning McQueen. He's cool.
I just
Ka-chow.
I don't think those movies are as great as
Ka-choo.
some of the other ones they pumped out.
No. Okay, so what would your, I guess, superior
Two cars.
Disney or Cars movie be?
My superior?
Yeah.
Disney or Pixar?
What's your favorite Disney or Pixar movie?
My like
All time.
all-time favorite?
Yeah.
Like Disney and Pixar combined?
Basically,
Yeah.
child movies, basically, I guess is what it really is at the
I'd
end
have
of
to
the
say
day.
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, what it would be for me? You know what? I won't lie. My mother, my mom's side of the family, mostly the girls and even the boys, are all Pixar enthusiasts, Disney enthusiasts. My aunt in specifically, and so my mom, in being related to that woman, had a lot of Disney princess movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I might be 19 and I try to act masculine sometimes. I even cry. I'm a big boy. I got to be honest, Beauty and the Beast for me is kind of fucking
It's
gas.
kind of a banger.
Yeah, no, for
Honestly.
sure.
Honestly, I did have this idea. I want us to watch
All
all
the
the Disney
movies
movies
and
and
rank
be
them.
able to rank them.
I like Beauty and the Beast. I think you know why? I think because Belle's a bitch, and I just got super attracted to that, and I just like the whole like she
Belle is a kind woman. She's
she is, but she has like this snarky attitude to it, and I'm all like, damn.
a strong woman.
I got
Strong,
really attached
independent women.
to that. Yeah,
That's what we like.
we do. Belle. I think out of all the Disney princesses, Belle's the best. I'm gonna be real.
I like.
Don't say Ariel. I swear to God, if you say Ariel.
No, out of all the Disney princesses, I'm a Rapunzel guy.
Oh, Rapunzel.
Tangled was a banger of a movie.
Yeah, Tangled is.
I guess this
banger.
is where my dumb opinion comes in. I didn't like Tangled.
What, do you like Frozen?
No, I actually
Frozen's
hated
good, too.
Frozen. I don't
like
actually like the
Frozen.
character models in that game or in that game. That movie.
I like Frozen. Frozen 2 was. I guess I should rewatch it because
I
I've.
think-
I've
I don't
never
even- I don't
really-
think I've ever watched Frozen
liked
2.
Frozen when it first came out, but honestly, I think it's so overhyped of a movie.
I watched. I think
Overrated.
that's one of the few Disney movies I actually went to watch it in theaters with my cousins just because. Yeah, fuck it. It's,
I got
Disney
to-
movie. It might be good. Oh, actually, hold on. Speaking about Pixar and Disney movies, Turning Red. I think we need to talk about this. I have not yet to watch it. You know, might after this podcast, just to chill out here on the TV by myself, I think I might watch
It's a
it.
good springtime movie.
I hear it is controversial because as boys we've been talking men. We all
Finding
our,
Nemo's my favorite movie, by the way.
Finding Nemo's a great
Ooh,
movie.
it is. Thank you
Men.
for that opinion. Men. We're all men here, and so a lot of our medium, a lot of I guess movies in general is about the coming of age story of hero that is a boy and usually has boy centered themes or even men themes around it. Sometimes Batman, that's a really big one. I guess you can just say, but girls don't have a champion figure. I guess at least in a larger medium. And apparently, Turning Red is about a woman literally coming into being a woman, and people got mad about that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it now. That's fucking bullshit. I think the girls should have their fucking turn in the spotlight.
I think Turning Red was a good movie.
There was period
Loved
jokes
it.
in it.
Now,
There was.
okay, I guess this just really kind of triggered in my head here.
Mm-hmm.
Have Disney and all them been going about these female roles and leads in the wrong way?
I think
Holy
in a
sh-
sense, yeah, they have.
So all these male leads, it's a lot of coming of age stories, becoming a man, everything like that. But has the women leads been directed in a wrong way?
Because even
I'm
to
gonna
bring-
be honest. You bring up a really fucking
even,
good point.
even
Like
to
I'm gonna
bring
be
it back
honest.
to the Marvel scenario, because Captain Marvel
Suck
could have
dick.
been good, but
Could've
they
been.
made her a terrible female lead. Like Brie Larson's a good actress in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
But
Ah.
they wrote a boring female
lead.
strong character. Like,
Mulan.
That's the worst way.
Mulan's
a great
Mulan's
example.
But
of a
it's like
good female
20 years
lead.
old, but she still has to play a dude to be accepted into a dude group, which I feel like kind of hinders it in terms of this conversation.
Yeah.
Good movie though.
If they wrote it the way the original story of the Mulan was,
Mm-hmm. Great. Matt, didn't the movie like bomb or was it bad or whatever? I
With
forgot.
the,
The live action version.
Live
I
live
never
action
watched
Disney movies always suck.
Yeah, but
The Jungle Book live action, I thought.
That
was
one was
all
actually
the
good.
Jungle Book adaptations are all good. I've watched them all in class for whatever
Honestly,
reason,
yeah,
and they're all good.
They actually have been all good.
Yeah, but turning it back to Turning Red, I think I'm gonna watch it. But it's just the whole idea of girls just finally having their hour. Fuck it. I'm gonna be honest. With kids in specific, any story, male or female, you can find it. I was younger watching Disney princess movies. I was like, this shit gas.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think when it comes to kids, it doesn't matter. When you're like our age, at least teenagers, seeing the fucking, I guess in my terms, fucking the samurai with the fucking katana just going chink chink and and it's just having like story implications is badass as fuck. And I'm like, yeah, I want to be the sword slinging guy that just said, y'all fucking suck. And just Afro Samurai's fire if you want a good. Samuel L. Jackson's in that, and the music is done and produced by Wu-Tang, or at least I think Ghostface Killah. And so it's really good.
Wu-Tang Clan, the only clan.
So really, if you're part of any other clan, you might need to get yourself checked.
Well, okay, this is a question I have for you guys then. Was there a specific character in a movie that you looked up to as a kid?
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Does he have? Who did I? I don't think there was ever a specific character. I think it's an archetype for me. I like the Lancer archetype. It's a movie trope where it's like it's not the protagonist, it's the protagonist's rival turned friend. I like the Vegeta basically.
Oh yeah.
The cocky asshole that gets humbled, but is like eventually like, all right, I get what role I play, but I still am pretty effective. Is the role that I like the most. For example, here as I've gotten older, I started watching more classic anime. Yu Hakusho, Hiei. He's not like Vegeta and gets bitched around in later adaptations. He's actually cool. I like the cool guy in black. I like Jotaro. You know all my examples. You don't. I guess for you it'd be like who would it be? Tonto. Western movies. Or here's another good example.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Better example, the Dollar Trilogy. My dad is a big cowboy enthusiast. Apparently, he got his tonsils taken out before I was born. And there is a legendary story of him sitting on a couch for 7 days straight, only to get up to piss and go to bed. Apparently, my mom rumors it. It's like a legend here in this household. He watched every cowboy movie ever. 7. I don't think it's physically possible because there's thousands of them.
No way. Yeah.
But apparently he watched the majority of like the top like 500 best ones or some wild ass shit. My dad was engrossed. And so as of course I was like, I'm going to get into it. And so I watched, of course, the Dollar Trilogy. This is apparently they're not all connected. It's really, they share some actors, but they're in different roles. But it's just, a cowboy with no name. That's his nickname, the man with no name. But in the original movies, the first one that came out, his nickname was, well, at least in the trilogy, it's not actually the one that first came out. His nickname is Blondie. And I eventually figured out why when I was a kid.
So you what? Oh, I never knew the term for those movies.
Yeah, it was Dollar Trilogy.
Dollar Trilogy. I did not know that.
Yeah, and his nickname is Blondie. And for at least I don't have the picture because it's on my phone, but I'll show you guys after the podcast. You know Jackson Fair, right? I had blonder hair than he did when I was younger. And I was named Blondie after the man with no name. And so after watching those movies, I'm like, holy fuck, he's a gunslinging badass. He doesn't give a fuck. You beat women, I'm gonna blast you, bro, with the fucking nines. It was fucking badass just seeing a character like that. So I guess in recent time for me, it would be probably Blondie or the man with no name. So he just has this the mystique of just being, I'm here for justice and only justice. It's just cool to me. I just feel that's probably one of my favorite archetypes are just characters.
I respect it.
My dad loves a really good Western, and it's clearly rubbed off on me pretty well.
What about you, Caleb?
I can't really think of one for me right now, but just to go off your Western thing, my dad's hero, he loves Westerns. His biggest hero from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Can you guess who it would be?
It's the fat guy. It's the fat guy with the mustache in the first
Tuco.
one.
It's freaking Tuco.
Fucking Tuco's funny, Tuco. Bro.
We call him Tuco because
he likes Tuco.
Tuco's like the dumb one in the thing, and he's always like
he's in the first movie.
He's always the butt of the joke, but like that's my dad's favorite character, unironically.
Like Tuco. Okay, actually, I'm gonna make fun of it because I like to analyze it. Tuco was kind of fucked. He was kind of an asshole.
He was,
but he was funny though.
Honestly, I think that's what made the movie great.
It was
like just the three, how they interacted.
It's a weird thing. The cowboy era kind of lapped over the Civil War era. And I realized it within those movies. I'm like, that was happening during that, wasn't it?
It happened right after.
Yeah.
It was when they made the road to push to the west.
It's really weird.
That was when everyone was like, we're just going to rob people.
Fire. What is yours, Colton? I want to know.
As I asked this question, I guess I just had to sit back and think for a second about what mine was. And the only one I can really think of is Anakin Skywalker.
You know what?
And not even
Not Darth. Is it Darth Vader included or just?
just Anakin.
Just Anakin.
I don't. Why not?
And-
why not
and-
Vader? Why not?
And I guess like Darth Vader before he got his legs chopped off by Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the guy in the suit, I guess I can't relate to as much as like just seeing the face.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a kid playing with my older brother and my older cousin, like we're playing
Oh, wait, hold up.
lightsabers or something like
Uh-huh.
that. Like I always had to be Anakin. Like I always had to
You
do
were
like
Anakin.
like when I played Revenge of the Sith on the original Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
and like every time we had lightsaber duels in that, I would be Anakin or like
I'd have
Just-
to be the guy in black though.
yeah like Star Wars Battlefront 2 OG on the Xbox. I loved being, Anakin whenever I could be on a select map. But I don't even know if it was like the character in himself or like just
the bravado,
just like looking at him.
the
and being
silhouette.
like, yeah.
Anakin has a very interesting silhouette because the hair. He has your hair, but if it was longer,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
greased back. Does that include Anakin from the animated show Clone Wars too? Or
I would say so, but I didn't really grow up on that. I just grew up
really
on the movies. I just recently, probably
This is
a
interesting. I
year-
didn't know about this.
a year or two ago, I just watched the entire Clone Wars animated series, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
The last season, I know
Gas.
they just came out with it not too long ago.
My brother will always hype it up.
Straight fire.
Yeah, my brothers are like the cinematography, the way the lore works with the lightsaber duels. My brother, if he was here, he'd be fucking in the background now screaming like Form 1. The Maul and Obi-Wan fight in Rebels, unironically, is like he says that show's garbage, but that fight and the history behind it is like one of the best. Dave Filoni was fucking with it.
Yeah,
It was insane.
I've never been able to get into the Rebels show. My stepdad's always like, you gotta watch it. Like it ties into the story. It ties like
It really
there's stuff
does.
in there that you gotta know kind of deal.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but I
It's
look
not
at the
Anakin.
animation
And it's just
and I'm
it's
like,
weird.
ew.
Yeah.
Like I do not like that animation at all.
I won't lie, those shows are they're dated, but the one thing, so this is yet again, I'm going to bring it back to anime. So Samurai Jack, have we ever know what this is?
Samurai Jack.
I've heard it, but I've never watched
Okay.
It's not even an anime. That's
That's
a
classic
American
cartoon. So, dude, I'm forgetting his name. The director, the producer, the guy that makes Samurai Jack.
Alex Pruneda.
I don't remember.
No, his name
I
is
just
like
know it's the same guy who made
Primal.
Dexter's Lab
and Primal. Primal's
Primal
good.
and
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls.
His it's like Trugovsky. It's Russian, but he's really good. And he's before that to make basically what the animated series would become is that he did like 30-second shorts films for it's on Disney Plus if you want to see it for Star Wars for basically the hype up to Revenge of the Sith, and he did like short animations for it. And dude, those are so fucking cool. Just the Trugovsky way of just like the exaggerated limbs of Samurai Jack just showing through is just so cool and shit. I think you need to watch it. It's really on Disney Plus. I forget. I think it's like part of the Legacy Collection or whatever. It's really crazy. Star Wars media is fun
Yeah.
when done other than George Lucas. Some of the time.
I'm gonna be honest. As a kid,
Mhm.
I never liked Star Wars stuff.
I was a big fan.
the
It was my thing
reason
before
for
anime.
that is I like Jurassic Park so much.
Dinosaurs were your
I was
thing.
upset that Jurassic Park didn't get the media attention that Star Wars did.
You were a hater,
So
bro.
I was a hater. for
Waking
Star
up early
Wars.
so we can hate more.
Well, I guess like as a kid, I feel like you just get like infatuated with the one thing.
With
What-
that thing, and that's your thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love the Jurassic.
What's
Parks.
the Instagram meme? Boys will wake up one day and either choose cowboys, aliens, dinosaurs, and there's a fourth. I think it's superheroes. And we all clearly have our space, cowboys,
and the
and
thing is,
dinosaurs.
At the time too, I didn't even really like superheroes because I don't know. I didn't get superheroes until I played Marvel vs. Capcom.
Of course, a
and-
classic.
And I was like, man, these guys are cool. And then my brother showed me the old Spider-Man show from
90s.
90s. And that
Shocker!
got me. I loved it. I loved it so much. The Venom saga, so good.
Okay, so since we're Spider-Man fans here, that is the best, not the best interpretation of the character, but best designed character. because he has the whole black and red. That's always been
think
cool.
so,
too.
yeah.
He has really I won't lie. Now that I'm thinking about it, and just because we're in this day and age, he has really exaggerated lips. I don't know if that's kind of a racist thing, just because the whole black caricature. But now that I'm looking at that Venom in my head, I'm like, why do you have such big lips?
It was just a design choice.
I think it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making it maybe a bit too racist in my head, but it's just like, it's weird. Because every other Venom now just has really, this and even art in general, he has really exaggerated teeth, and that one just has lips. It's just really odd.
Learning about that show is they had to really trim down a lot of stuff so it would work on a children's network, because that was at the peak time of
Censorship and shit.
Censorship.
What are we, teams?
Censorship. But they couldn't use actual guns. They had to use laser weapons, which I think is funny because in one of the last episodes of the series, they're using laser weapons, and then they cut to a flashback, and then you just see one of the guys with an actual Tommy gun shooting actual bullets. So I'm like, okay, why do the modern police have laser weapons? But
Marvel Universe.
There's a lot cut down on that, especially with the Morbius saga.
Yeah,
they couldn't say blood, and he couldn't use his fangs as a vampire. He had to use his hands with octopus sucker cups on it. And he's like, I have to take your plasma. And he'd just grab you. And
that's where that power up comes from.
There'd be no marks. It'd just be, he just took their plasma.
So weird.
But they never said that the people he took the plasma from died. They couldn't say that, but it was heavily implied that they were killed. But they just couldn't say that. It was just weird how the censorship worked back.
Now, in retrospective about Morbius, I just realized the comic version of him and that version of probably the most popular version of him up until the modern movie. I just realized, holy shit, that's his character now.
Yeah,
that's plasma. He's not a vampire in the comic. He's not with Blade.
They had to.
Are you gonna watch Blade? I feel like you're gonna fuck with Blade when that movie comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. It's weird because his original actor came back too. Have you ever watched the original Blade movies?
No, I haven't.
That's another thing my dad fucks with. If Blade is on, fuck all the sports games that are not interesting. Into Blade. Really, motherfucker? It's so black. It is so black and characteristic, but it's so good. Yeah, the first Blade movie my dad really fucks with. Blade was the guy for my dad.
But yeah, I really only got into superheroes, I'd say, I think I was 8 or 9.
I think around for me too. Eventually, after Star Wars,
it was after
no more
Marvel
movies.
vs. Capcom, and I started watching Spider-Man animated series. Then I was like, I'm in. Marvel's, that's my thing.
That's my thing.
Man, I wasn't really super heavy into Marvel. I would go see it with my dad and my brother. We would go watch in the theater and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I was never super into it. I guess quite honestly, the movie that persuaded or pushed me into it would probably be Black Panther. Seeing it in the theater, and I was like,
so you're a late game.
Yeah,
you're a late game guy.
I was like, dang, Wakanda itself, I guess
that's a cool idea.
It's
basically Atlantis but black.
It was super cool. So,
and dead.
and then, just so many movies came after that, and I remember watching Infinity Game.
Infinity
War. Infinity War. Goodness gracious. Endgame's
Ender's Game or whatever the fuck that. I thought that was a Minecraft movie.
Maybe unpopular opinion, but I don't fuck with Endgame too much.
I needed the ending.
Infinity War, not game, war. I remember there's no other feeling that I've had leaving a movie theater.
I did want to touch on this.
Then that.
I know we all had
I was
elevated. So I'll tell mine first, actually.
The first one. I know that you were there for my second
I went
reaction.
on the midnight release to watch Infinity War, having had caught up completely on Marvel up until that point. My first Marvel movie I watched was actually Captain America, and that's what made me want to actually start liking Marvel.
Yeah.
So once Civil War came around, I kind of had a bias towards Captain America, so I was like, Team Cap, baby.
Let's go.
So from that point forward, huge Marvel fan. So I was ready for whatever Infinity War showed. Except apparently I wasn't, because that whole movie, I was just like, this is awesome. Look at all these guys doing things. How are they going to make a sequel to this? Come the point where Doctor Strange gives the time stone, I'm like,
Oh, no.
wait, what's going on? And then freaking Vision being useless gets his face bite of 87 ripped out, Mind Stone taken. Thor comes in. I'm like, oh my gosh, Thor's about to kill Thanos. You should have gone for the head.
The fucking
And I was like,
memes,
no
bro.
way. And seeing the people who died left me in shock. Like Black Panther getting dusted, I was just like,
This is no
way.
place to.
There's no place to die. Bro, you died. No, you
Colton's
died
having
in that place.
PTSD flashbacks.
Dude.
Hold on, I gotta finish. We'll
Go
chronological
ahead.
order here. So I was just like freaking out watching everyone. Like Doctor Strange, seeing him go, I was like, "What, Doctors?" Seeing all the Guardians get dusted, I was like, shocked. And Doctor Strange, I was like, "What the heck? What are they gonna do?" Doctor Strange is gone. He's the one who knew the plan. And then Spider-Man, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. And for the rest of the movie, I was just in shock. No, nothing until we walked out of that theater and we got to talking. I didn't even laugh.
My
when-
brother just walked in. If there's any audio in the background,
I didn't even laugh when Samuel Jackson had his post-credit scene and he's like, "Mother," and I was just complete shock. Like there was nothing. And then the next, I had to keep this a secret at the next day at school.
bro.
And walking through the halls, people knew I'd watched the movie. So they're like, "Man, how was it?"
I can't say.
I was like, "That was a great movie." And then I remember walking with
He
Jarrett.
teased the fuck out of me, bro.
I'd tease a lot. And I remember walking with Jarrett to Frank's Market, and he's like, I heard a lot of people are supposed to die in that movie. I'm like, yeah, some people die. And he was like, yeah, I just know Doctor Strange is my favorite. I was like, yep, he's great in that movie. And then I go to that after school, I go with Alex and another one of her friends. I don't know if you were there.
No,
But I remember asking when the movie starts, right before the movie starts, I'm like, so what's your guys' favorite Avenger? And I don't remember your answer.
Mine was
but
Thor. I remember.
I remember the guy we went with, he's like, I really like Spider-Man. I was like, I do too.
My goodness, you touched on, Black Panther dying, saying, "Oh man, this is no place to die." Then you just go,
Fucking ghosted,
dude, like you said, like I legitimately had like a PTSD flashback because I remember like Black Panther was still fairly fresh out.
Literally, I think that was the movie right before, right?
Yeah, he literally had his movie,
Died.
and then immediately goes and dies at the end
So,
of
like,
Infinity War.
Very fresh in everybody's head, and like I said, like that was a really big
And
superhero movie.
He was an
for me.
iconic hero
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, that was a really big superhero.
like everyone
movie for
loved
me.
Black Panther.
And I was like, oh no. And going into the movie, like, I guess like my generic, like, what's your favorite Avenger? What's your favorite superhero? I'd always say Spider-Man. And I like Tom Holland. Like, maybe unpopular opinion on this.
No,
panel,
Tom's
that
my favorite.
Tom's
Tom's my
the best.
favorite.
Okay, good. Because I've heard a lot different.
I like Toby and Andrew, but no, Tom's
Yeah,
just
Tom-
fine.
Tom's
My Spider-Man.
superior.
Yeah, Tom.
Shut up! You just got here. You're now breaking consistency.
Making sure y'all recording right.
I hope so.
You missed Star Wars talk, by the way.
I know.
But,
Okay, no, keep on going though.
but the Thanos, I didn't even really know anything about Thanos. Like,
I'll get to my opinion. Just go.
and then the
I
opening
was saying,
scene.
actually, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, the opening scene, this big menacing purple-looking motherfucker is on
Kind
the
of
screen,
goofy.
and then
Box the fucks out. Box
Yeah.
Destroyed the
Hulk,
Hulk.
like-
just
And I was like,
Hulk.
there's
Floyd Mayweathered him, bro.
He destroyed the Hulk at the very start of the movie. Hulk and Thor, the strongest Avengers, got bodied by this guy, and he had one stone.
And he just says,
he had the Power Stone. though.
It was a Power Stone.
It's probably
But
like
still-
arguably the second or third strongest in
Still, that-
in the movie, but
that's
it's
Hulk
yeah,
and Thor.
It just
Yeah, and
boxes the fuck out of him.
And
Just
then
like
just snaps Loki's neck,
Dude, I remember
raw
asking
Kino.
and then it's like, and then he just fucking disappears.
one of my
It's scary.
One of my friends,
Menacing.
she was
Menacing.
a
Terrifying
huge
even.
fan of Loki, and I remember hearing from her the next day, so sad that Loki died, and I was like, Screw Peter Quill. He ruined everything. And she had a whole paragraph explaining, well, you got to understand that he was truly in love with Gamora.
Fuck Gamora.
I was like, I don't care. Peter Quill, that guy ruined everything.
There was remember the talk I had with my grandma
for Chris Pratt.
Yeah, remember the like, oh, I hate religion now because I can't have my dog in heaven. That week of hate, I was saying that joke from a couple podcasts ago.
It's releasing tomorrow.
It should be. It should
or
be.
Releasing April 18th.
Or for some of us.
This is released.
Yeah, but that hate I had for religion for about a week because I couldn't have a puppy in heaven was about the same hate I had for Peter Quill for about a week. I'm like, this dumb fuck.
He ruined everything.
So
Very upset.
Spider-Man had the gauntlet in his hand, and he decided to punch him then.
Why? Also, why did it take so long for Peter Parker, I guess, to pull the glove off? Like, why was it such a slow process? Was it that tight fitting?
I guess
Thanos is a beefy boy. You gotta understand.
or maybe he had his wrist at an angle and it wasn't coming off.
I don't think
His fat wrist.
I don't think that because he wasn't fully under Mantis's control at that point.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, I forgot.
So, like he was still. They had to hold him down at once, and Spider-Man had to take off the glove while having to deal with his arm at the same time.
So I guess to get all our opinions, so watching Infinity War was like watching a cinematic masterpiece take fold. Everything from start to introduction. But since you guys haven't really talked about Thanos, there's hype.
Amazing.
This man was in the mastermind villain. So if you don't know, comics version of him, he's a mega simp.
Simp, yes.
Simp for death. He just wants to fuck.
Him and Deadpool fight over death.
Yes, and the in the new version of him, he's kind of an eco terrorist, I would say, if to really basic down like everybody's adventure. Okay, actually, so Eternals came out, and have you even watched Eternals?
I did watch Eternals. That
I
movie was
heard it was-
garbage.
So
I heard it
more or
was
less,
awful.
if it wasn't for Thanos, Earth would be fucked right now. Possibly. I don't know how I think the Avengers could have dealt with the Eternals maybe, or the giant space guys. But more or less, he kind of delayed the inevitable. But his whole thing is like, I'm gonna try to save people by eliminating more people. A soul for a soul, basically. What's the life of 1 to 1,000,000? That kind of idea, that philosophical argument. And he just does this, but he does this. He boxes the fuck out of Hulk, beats the fuck out of Thor, takes on all of them one on
He
one.
does.
To me,
Oh my gosh, I gotta say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The part where he's bodying everyone in Wakanda and
Is insane.
he's about to go for Cap, and Cap holds his ground
That
against
shit was fire.
Thanos. Oh my gosh. I was like, Cap.
no.
Cap.
And then he's just like, shut the fuck up.
Like, but that's a
I want-
5 of 6 stone Thanos.
Oh, yeah, I
getting
saw-
held back
so-
by Captain America. That is
Insane.
honestly.
So
fun.
I like the power skill. It's one of the major things I like to do because I'm a nerd. And the fact that the Hulk couldn't fight Thanos with the Power Stone versus Steve Rogers, 5 stones holding him back is literally fucking insane. Because if you don't know about the Infinity Stones are basically the cheat way to manipulate the universe. And the fact that some random guy who got powers in the 40s, thanks to some random, I think he's Jewish in the comics, Jewish scientist. All right, fuck it. I guess it works. It's entertaining.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah, but just seeing Infinity War is Thanos the movie.
It really is. That's Thanos' movie.
He just walks in, fucking. I love Thor. He bitch slaps everybody, and when Thor's just doing his shit, and he just goes, "Nah, loser," and just snaps. Is raw as fuck, dude. Thanos was so cool in that movie, and just seeing how at the very end he hangs up the fucking armor like it's his jersey, and he fucking won fucking 10 rings, and just says, "Fuck this shit, I'm retiring." Has to be the raw shit, and he's farming. He Minecraft. What was he cooking, bro? I love that
Making
Twitter.
soup.
But
Insane, bro. That Infinity War is just is one of those iconic movies, bro.
oh, absolutely. I remember
It's wild.
talking to my dad, and he said when he went to the theater and watched Star Wars as a kid,
Mhm.
Darth Vader, when he came on screen, he was like menacing.
Mhm.
Is like, and I felt kind of the same way about Thanos.
Thanos is fuck
and
shit up.
Like I saw Thanos, And when I first saw him, I didn't think too much of him. Like he was just like this big ass dude.
Purple
He was,
dude, funny guy.
very mellow tone, but like a badass. And obviously, like fucked up Thor,
Hulk, everybody.
Loki.
He was able to withstand Wanda, and theoretically in both movies, of course, I'm going back to power scaling. She has the power to more or less, even with probably almost all the stones, Wanda could have fucked everybody up, but Thanos still beat her ass too.
Well, I mean, she didn't know
have all her powers yet, so
Exactly. Well, I guess my main question is Thanos the best villain ever?
Oh,
ever.
man.
Ooh, I wouldn't. I'm not going to say yes to that because this is all movies. You're saying
Yeah, and I don't.
he's up there. I would say just because of the Marvel universe, but there are a lot of one-off movies with really great villains. I think on YouTube, a masterful villainous scene or whatever. It's a pretty big series. I think it's just some older guy just breaking down villains and stuff. But there are a lot of apparently a lot of war movies with like really more or less World War II war movies with really racist, evil villains, and they're evil. That's the whole thing. There's a lot of good ones. Thanos, I think. Okay, the reason why I'm going to debate it is because Thanos, at least in a lot of people's eyes, it's a debate. How many souls to justify the potential of billions, or not if trillions, or not if an infinity amount of people's lives potentially in the future to save? It's like Thanos was the moral justification thing. So that's why I'm saying, since people view him as a hero, I don't think he's like the best villain, but one of the best antagonists. I'd debate it. I'd have to agree.
I honestly can't think of anyone who would compare to Thanos to be.
I think
quite
Palpatine, some of the World War II characters for me.
I just really can't see them. Like, they don't have.
He has hype. There was hype behind him, and then he showed it off. Like, he did it good. Like, I get where Colton's coming from.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Colton on this one.
Yeah, I give it a partial agree because I don't like the term hero or villain, because when people hear hero or villain, it's the antagonist. No, the hero is the hero. I'm going on the hero's journey, and the villain is just X, Y. I'm evil, but I look at it as protagonist, antagonist, because a protagonist can be evil. Example here, me and Caleb, Death Note. Light was clearly the villain, but he was in the role of protagonist, and the antagonist is the guy just going against the protagonist. That's all it really is. And I feel like at least Infinity War, Thanos could have been at least determined to be just a protagonist with not a lot of screen time.
I mean, there's a lot of Thanos was right.
Thanos was wrong.
Even in the Marvel universe.
Even in real life, I think a lot of people. In the Marvel universe, people are like, Thanos was right. Hawkeye.
In Hawkeye, and he's like,
the has to suck dick.
I love that scene because I was like, wow, he literally is reading.
That Psy has so much. I won't lie. I never finished Hawkeye. Apparently, Hawkeye was pretty mid. Apparently, that's what I heard. So
I wonder what the gas prices were post Thanos.
Okay, here's an idea. But that's a good joke though. That was good. Is that how the fuck did you? How do you do that? How do you morally? Here's an interesting thought experiment. One day, 50% of everybody dies, or just gets dusted. What do you do? How do you rebuild society? 8 billion people drops down to 4. What the fuck do you do?
Well, you go back in the quantum realm.
You find Tony in the middle of the forest, and you say, "We're not done here, Tony."
We can do so much more.
And then he figures out time travel,
and then freaking Scott Lang just comes out of the quantum realm. He's like,
out of the back of a mini.
Guys, why is everyone gone?
It is true.
I don't know, but that's an interesting question. Half the people just gone. Like, I don't know. That's
like
because then you have to fill all those. Okay.
Let's think here.
Yeah.
So half the people gone. Let's say what? Who dies out of the 4 of us who have been on this podcast?
It's 50-50. You gotta let's roll.
If
we had a
Alex
quarter.
and Andrew.
Alex, okay, let's see.
I don't. Do we have? We can flip it on yours. Yeah.
Here,
How would you do it? So everybody just go label them off. Let's see who does this. Then what would you do in that scenario? Or here's the thing too. It's not 50-50 because out of the 8 billion of us, what side are we on?
Here's how we'll figure it out. We'll flip a coin.
Okay. So
Flipacoin.com.
Well, I guess like that's a hard question because like who dies? Like if
because it could be all the lazy people that are left, and then what do you do?
exactly and like if could these people in my family die, but these people don't, like I'd want to like, go be with these
Yeah.
people who like I don't know.
It's really
tough.
fucked.
Okay, let's hold on. Let's flip for Alex.
Why am I the first one?
Alex, heads, you live. Tails, you're dusted. Alex lives. Colin,
Damn.
heads, you live. Tails, you're dusted.
Let's go,
Oh.
baby.
Me, heads, I live. Tails, I'm dusted. Oh, there I
Caleb's
go.
dusted. R.I.P. Caleb.
No.
We carry the
You
pod.
guys have to carry on the pod. It's all right.
So what about
All right,
Andrew?
Heads, live. Tails, dusted. Wow, you guys just gotta
We're carrying on the pod.
Fuck.
R.I.P. Caleb.
R.I.P. Caleb. Yeah, apparently.
I'm the only one dusted.
That'd be fucked though, not to have.
Not
But
feeling so great.
Cool. Feeling
so good.
now.
but no, but that'd be that's just
say
a,
that.
that's just such an interesting thought experiment. Just be like, half the population goes, what happens?
Yeah, like you
I
guys
don't
have
know.
to
I
carry
don't
on
know
somehow.
how the Marvel universe didn't go basically all planets with life on them of all life basically. I lost all sentient life. Didn't go apocalyptic because that's 4 million people. That means potentially here 4 billion jobs or at least major industries gone in one night, literally over a night.
Well,
what the fuck? What do you do?
Well, I mean, look at Endgame. What was it? 5 years after or something like that.
And they have like
the-
fucking tree huts and shit.
yeah, like and everybody's still like talking about it, going to council. Like the world, I don't think would recover.
But
I don't
like,
think it would.
People would move on, but like in their hearts, it'd be like, man, like it's easier to keep society going, but like people's mental states would be completely messed up because you just lost like half your family one day.
And imagine if you were married and you moved on and then they came back.
That
How would
happened.
how I
Yeah.
know.
Happened in the movie.
And like, I don't know. I guess the biggest example that we as humans like have gone through is World War II.
Oh, that's an interesting take. What do you mean by that? Go ahead.
Just the mass genocide of
of
a
a population.
Yeah, and so like us, obviously we weren't even alive then.
yeah.
We weren't even thoughts. We weren't even in our dad's nutsacks by then.
Grandfather's
Like
gene code.
hold on, wait a second. That just in your grandfather's nuts, but therefore are you in your dad's nuts? Like nuts of nuts of nuts.
No. I'm gonna counteract
my
it.
mind just like
The potential of you existing in his both parents actually, grandma and grandpa, great grandpa in this scenario. The potential of genetic code for us would be the more accurate term,
okay.
not nuts instead of nuts.
Anyways, World War II.
Yeah, I'm interested on this whole thing.
And obviously, like I said, none of us were alive then, so we don't know how the Jewish, I guess, community recovered.
You're on the
from
opposite
that.
side of that.
I guess technically.
Grandparents, Caleb's German.
In a technical sense, yes.
Yes.
My ancestry was on the Axis side.
They have a signed copy of Mein Kampf.
Minecraft?
I can't say that they do because, well, my great grandfather was the Nazi. My grandma
It's broken, Andrew.
is.
It's
not.
limp.
Oh, there it goes. Back
Oh,
right
there it
back
goes.
down.
It's limping.
Work.
It's
Yeah, there you go. Hold it
fine.
just like
it's
this.
fine.
It's fine.
But
But yeah,
Good form.
get the good form.
yeah, no. It's,
But yeah, anyways,
a
yeah,
whole
well,
people's just gone under somebody's ideology.
Yeah, and like,
it's good.
exactly. Like I was saying, like we don't know how
They felt.
they recovered or how they felt or anything like that.
Oh no, I know how they recovered. Britain said, damn, my bad guys. Let me take back your holy land and cause problems later on for the Palestinians.
that's
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah, I guess. But I
Which
guess in our scenario now you
Technically,
bring more
did
people into
happen
it.
in what happened in
Marvel
the
universe.
Marvel universe is they ended up creating like a centralized government.
Yeah. And now
And then
the old government's
what-
back.
Now everything's back, which caused all the problems in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I didn't watch the rest of it. Thank you for telling me that.
Coming out in an hour or two. I feel like, this is, I'm just throwing this out there, boys. Maybe a banger. Maybe not.
What?
24-hour podcast.
24
I feel like I
hours.
could talk for days with you guys.
I think we could.
I mean, I think we can just keep going. I
how
do have to
and
get.
how long is it?
I do have to get
2
going.
hours. Damn.
I do have to get going at some point, but I think we still have a lot more to talk about in terms of like Marvel.
You
'Cause
want
Marvel's
to?
big.
Yeah, this-
Fuck. Apparently, I'm wasting the 20 gigabytes. How much was the phone thing for you yesterday? Oh no.
Oh no.
It might be 4K. Oh, okay. How much space did you have left?
Caught.
Caught lacking.
Wait, but how
4K.
much did it waste? 20 gigabytes? Because that's how much I had left. So we might have to make a quick introduction cut here, ladies and gentlemen. You want to check?
We could do it to be continued.
Be continued. You're cool? Fuck it. You want to say so? Because I had 108 gigabytes left. So, or like I only had like 20 left. Gigabytes or megabytes? What are we rolling here with?
Are you sure you're recording 4K?
We're gonna take an introductory cut here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, no, let's just.
No, I want to see.
No,
No, I
let-
don't want to lose like probably a good half, and then we have to cut. So let's just.
No, I'm saying we could just wind it down here.
Oh, I guess. Okay. I don't know. Maybe
'Cause this is a broad topic.
Yeah.
I guess let's just end it off with Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. As of this release of this episode, is probably either coming out or is out.
I want it to be gas. I have high hopes.
I do
Raimi looks like he's gonna do his shit, and I love David Cumberbatch. I can't say his full name because
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict.
Bender Dick.
Not David Cumberbatch.
Come back.
Who is David?
His
Who is David?
lost cousin.
Yeah, no, it's Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Very
I hope it's
interesting
good.
character. Like I like Benedict.
You like to bend the dick?
Benedict. I like Doctor Strange, so I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I hope it is.
I rewatched the first one on Friday.
Mhm.
Still a great movie. Still one of my favorite Marvel.
I think it
movies.
is my favorite Marvel. Well, except for Endgame and Infinity War, but Solo, yeah, it's probably one of my favorites.
I'm very excited for this new one. I think it's gonna bring a lot to the table, and
I like wizards.
I'm hoping 10 years from now we can have a conversation about the new
Phase 10.
phase ending. That's like the next Thanos or whatever. But
Yeah, I'm down.
the Marvel fatigue is not with me right now.
For real. I can feel it. I like because they're not all one story. It's all individual stories that eventually culminate to one story, but I like it.
Just curious where they're gonna take it over the next few years.
For real, for real.
But anyways, we'll wind down this podcast.
My phone's probably dying right now.
Colton, thank you once again for joining us.
Oh, of course. I'll see you boys next podcast. The
Next
guest that
pod.
never seems to leave.
Yeah, we'll probably get Colton back on here because Colton's just interesting because me and Caleb, we know me and Caleb. Colton is the unread book for, I guess, me and Caleb. We haven't picked at your brain yet.
He has opinions that we are just gonna have to see.
Also, apparently, Andrew, you missed this. Caleb doesn't like cars.
Yeah, I don't like the Cars movies.
See, he had the
Weird.
same reaction. Okay. Okay. See,
I don't like it.
he doesn't like the protagonist being humbled like me and Colton.
Okay, that's not even what I said.
Nah, bro, I'm
And he also
gaslighting
doesn't
you.
like black people.
Yeah,
That-
you're
that-
racist.
I'm
There's
kidding.
not-
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He's also one of the Jewish people that hung Jesus.
And this is why we don't like Cars fans. Because you say their movie's mid, and they're like, "What? You hate Jesus?"
Twitter be like, I don't like waffles.
Really is.
I like waffles, and somebody will interpret it like, oh, so you don't like
You hate
French toast?
pancakes?
Yeah. I didn't say that. You're twisting my words. Well,
Alex, I'd ask you if you had any more words to say, but I think you've said your piece by being a Cars fan.
I guess
And
I did. I explained that.
all I said it was mid. That's all I said.
one
I
of my
didn't say it was
favorite-
bad. I just said it's mid.
Yeah. I think we need to wrap it up. So thank you, boys. Want me to do my outro or you want to do it?
I'm the outro guy. I intro, I outro. You can intro, outro some other episode, but you also
Like,
got
comment, share,
the-
subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Let's stay hydrated, stay together, everybody.
Thank you guys all for watching. We post every Monday, so be sure to tune in next week.
We'll probably have Colton on again.
Colton might be our guest again. We'll see.
We just like Colton.
Alex
here.
is always here, whether I like it or not. He's my co-host. I chose him. I can't go.
Can't
away.
leave me now. I'm like a puppy.
Andrew will show up when he feels like, I guess. If he feels.
Are you on
if
break
his-
right now?
If his audio senses don't like the way the podcast is going, he'll
We
tell
played
us
one
more.
of the sound effects. We don't know how loud it was.
Yeah,
so-
you'll deal with that during. You'll deal with it.
Yeah. So yeah, we might have to make a little audio clip in there.
Thank
It's the fucking. Okay, we need to end
It's
this.
fine, it's
All right,
fine. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
Deuces. Love you, bud.
Catch you next week. Peace out.